The liberals, they keep on coming with the goofy stuff on the real. I'm gonna keep on coming with the receipts, how goofy they be. Check this out.
If you're not Iranian, you better shut the fuck up. You don't even know exactly where Iran is on the map. You don't even know the difference between Persians and Arabs. You don't even know that Iran is one of the oldest civilizations in the world with more than 5,000 years of history, while the Islamic Republic has only been in power for 47 years, and most Iranians are not even Muslim. You don't even know what it feels like to live in one of the richest countries in the world, but still be broke with no reliable water or electricity, while your government powers crypto farms, pocket the money and funds. You don't even know what it feels like when your regime shoots down a passenger plane full of your own people in your country and then calls it human error. You don't even know what it feels like to live in one of the most beautiful countries in the world with 4 seasons, ancient history, incredible tourist attractions, amazing food, and some of the best and kindest people on earth, but because of a stupid government, you barely get any tourists each year. You definitely don't know what it feels like to peacefully protest in the street for all of these and just be answered with bullets.
What's going on, everybody? I appreciate you guys pulling up today. We got a lot to get into today because we have people like this young lady and other Americans around the country who are 100% in lockstep with the president and the administration and this operation, which will hope to free the people over there in Iran, who has been dealing with, man, some of the most horrific tyranny, in the world for the better part of a little over 4 decades, almost 5 decades. And you have liberals out there who are out there protesting, hands off Iran. You have liberals out there saying that, oh, this isn't something that should be happening. But you have Iranians, not just here in America, but all around the world, who are rejoicing that they have a real legit chance at freedom. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it.
I am an Iranian who lives in Tehran, and I can hear the sound of bombing outside. In case I'm dead tomorrow, I just want you to remember this. Please, shut up and don't use me against America or Israel to try and convince them to stop. We ask for this. We want this attack. And I know that you don't want to listen to us.
Good morning.
Want to listen, but I'm going to give you the shorter version of why we want this. The reason is we had one option: to go and protest this bloody regime, and we did, and they killed 40,000 of us in 2 days. This is the last option we have. We asked for the help, and the help is here. And I know I might die, and I don't care, because I'm willing to sacrifice my life for Iran. And you just shut up and don't use me to attack anyone or try to stop this. We want this. You don't understand. You're not in our shoes. So shut up. That was a message from one of our Iranian sisters, and she asked me to share this with you. So shut up. Yeah, if you don't want to support us, just shut up.
Wow. That's powerful. It's powerful. And the crazy thing is that you have some people out there who are against this, which is really, really crazy. I need you guys to see these next little videos here.
Where do you think would be better for women, Iran or America?
I don't think America's quite good for women when we look at how we handled Epstein files.
You have the freedom to follow whatever religion you want, including none at all. And you're going to walk around and try to tell me that this is a worse place to be as a woman than Iran. Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think is happening in Iran to their women? Do you think that that place is a good place for women?
I think women have their right to choose.
Good morning. Thank you guys for being in the chat. Good morning. Name is Deontay. Thanks for stopping by.
I think that people have misconceptions about religion, especially with Muslims
like and subscribe.
And Islamic regions.
I was not expecting you to be so pro the Ayatollah and pro dictator.
Well, yeah, we have a dictator in our own country.
I have a challenge for you. We will buy you a ticket, a one-way ticket to Iran.
Wait, really?
Would you go? Would you take that?
Yeah.
Are you part of the LGBTQ community at all?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go with her? Do you want to bring your boyfriend?
Sure, why not?
Okay, very cool.
These people are insane. They do no research.
I'll just send you there, and then You try kissing a woman there. You try walking your dog in Tehran, okay? And we'll see how far you get.
College has done a number on these young people, man. And to be honest with you, it's not just college, it's public education. They've been indoctrinated like it's no other. When you have people like this that can get out there and say that, hey, communism is good, we live in a dictatorship while you're on a platform saying whatever it is that you want to say, volunteering to go to Iran. The other, zesty dude that was next to
You probably need to do homeschool with these kids, man. They straight
Iran.
indoctrinated. They have no clue what's going on in Iran.
I'd be willing to
No
toss
clue.
a couple dollars in on that
Yeah,
GoFundMe
pray for 'em.
ticket up out of here. Seriously. And anybody else that feels like that, they need to go. Seriously.
Are you pro women's rights?
Of course.
Being pro women's rights, who do you think is more for women's rights? The Trump administration or the Iranian regime?
What?
I don't know. Don't really know anything about the Iranian regime, but I'm against Trump, so I guess I'll go Iran. If it's between the two.
What rights do we not have here as women?
Well,
Damn.
I'm sorry, I don't want to be in this anymore.
If you had to pick.
If I had to pick, like, gun to my head, shoot me, like, I don't.
Iran?
Yeah.
Iran is in the Middle East.
That's well, probably not the Trump.
Bruh.
Okay, if I had to pick, probably Iranian militarization. Like, Trump is just evil in so many ways, yeah.
Okay, so do you think the Iranian regime is more pro women's rights?
Yeah.
Tell you, man, the public school system has done a number on these folks, man. Golly, they should be embarrassed, but they're not. Goodness gracious.
Here's what I can say. It is
Pocahontas.
worse than you thought. You are right to be worried. Trump administration has no...
Like and subscribe, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday.
Lies, and it was launched without any imminent
Common Sense
threat
channel.
to our
Common
nation.
Sense.
Donald Trump still hasn't given a single clear reason for this war, and he seems to have no plan for how to end it either. Like a lot of you, I am really angry. I am angry at what Donald Trump is doing, and I feel grief for those already killed in this unnecessary conflict. And I will keep doing everything I can to fight to end this war.
I can't believe that this lady is, still in office. I can't believe people continue to vote this lady in here, after, term after term. And I can't believe people still believe anything that comes from the mouth of individuals like this. It's just...
Hey, this is Congressman Shri Thanedar. I am going to the...
Fuck Donald Trump. Okay, that's what's up. Good morning. Glad you're in the chat.
I don't understand why
Thanks for being in the chat.
Start this war. He said he just had a feeling that Iran is going to be attacking us. Now, J.D. Vance had some other reason. Secretary Rubio said because the Israelis
MAGA, baby.
Start the war. And
Good morning, good morning.
Attack. None of these cabinet members or Trump have a unified reason why. I am going to this congressional briefing right now looking for some answers.
Can you believe that this guy is in our government? Seriously. We have to stop allowing
Eddie too cool. Good morning.
that are naturalized citizens just come over here and work. But you can't be a policymaker. I don't care what level. It can be as low as, a city council in a small town. You can't be a part of it. It's outrageous. You can barely understand.
Like and subscribe, everybody. Like and subscribe.
This is ridiculous.
And it's more just now because of that. What this happens, you don't have to agree on everything, but it's like, yes, I'm the only Democrat because I'm not afraid of my base to just say, you know what, this wasn't overall a good thing. You don't have to agree on everything. So I'm going to be honest. So, why can't you just acknowledge that one of the most evil people on the face of the earth was erased? That's a good thing.
At least we have one sane Democrat in the Senate. At least.
Just want to find out what your involvement was in the Iran deal with the pallets of cash that were sent to.
We have to do a few media interviews.
Yeah.
Did you have any involvement in that? Is that why you're not answering me? Because you were involved in that deal with Obama to send the pallets of cash over to Iran that supported terrorism? You don't have any comment?
Yeah, she was smiling until she actually gets
Right, MAGA baby.
and doesn't want to answer. We know that they sent $1.7 billion.
Subscribe.
Of
Name is Deontay.
People, and they did it in the mid of night, and they also did it, you know what I'm saying, without telling and informing any of us. They took our money, gave it to them, and we know what they did with the money. $1.7 billion. We're talking about cash money. This wasn't a wire transfer. This was cash in pallets, cash and gold in pallets. They did this, but they want to grandstand and act like they're, holier than thou. These people should be ashamed of themselves, and they should be called out for their recklessness. You cannot negotiate with madmen. The only thing they understand is force. That's it. And the president, he understood that. They tried to negotiate, and they realized, like, hey, this dude's a bad actor, and he's not willing to negotiate in good faith. And no, we're not cutting another check. We're not giving you guys any more money. These Democrats, man, they are a rude.
Good morning, Jesse. Good morning.
We're doing very well on the war front, to put it mildly, I would say. Somebody said, on a scale of 10, where would you rate it? I said about a 15. And we're going to continue to do well. We have the greatest military in the world by far. And that was a tremendous threat to us for many years. 47 years they've been killing our people and killing people from all over the world. And I think we have great support. And I think if we didn't do it first, they would have done it to Israel and give us a shot if that was possible. And if we didn't terminate the worst deal, one of the worst deals ever made, the Obama nuclear deal, I call it the Obama nuclear deal, where he gave everything to Iran, including a nuclear weapon. It was a road to a nuclear weapon. Bad things would have happened 4 years ago, because they would have had a weapon 4 years ago if I didn't terminate that deal.
They was chanting death to America. That's not cool.
Now, and their leadership is just rapidly going. Everybody that seems to want to be a leader, they end up dead. And it's an amazing thing that's taking place before your eyes, because for 47 years we were pushed around, and we shouldn't have been. And I think I can say, and you see it as well as I do, you see the tremendous progress that's being made. Their missiles are being wiped out rapidly. Their launchers are being wiped out. They're attacking their neighbors.
Thank
They're
you.
attacking their, in some cases, allies, or not so long ago allies. And, it's really a nation that was out of control, and they would have used it on us if we let them, if we waited any longer.
Yeah, there's an explanation. I'm sure they have a plan. It sounds like they are working said plan, and it sounds like they're ahead of schedule as well. Yeah, as you can see here, it says the Iran war has rewritten the Gulf forever. Once neutral monarchies are now full-on armed camps. U.S. bases are forward staging points, and airspace is combat zones. Oil routes are under constant threat. The old playbook of stay quiet and keep trading, it's gone. And Gulf states are openly siding with the U.S. and Israel axis, buying billions of American weapons and absorbing direct Iranian retaliation. This is no temporary flare-up. Permanent tension, skyrocketing defense budgets, and zero space left for Iran's old proxy games have become the Gulf's new normal. You got countries coming together to fight one enemy within the region. And once this is all said and done, it's going to help to stabilize the region. And then it will be back up to them to maintain this peace.
And let me tell you one thing, doing it in the middle of the night and waiting till all Americans are finally asleep was not a mistake. They do this. That's a strategic decision, okay? We're in the age of social media where shit spreads fast. Information spreads fast. They're trying so hard as they can to grasp their shitty little nails on every single algorithm of every single platform. But when you do something as intense as another country, okay, mainly children most, okay, that pisses off most Americans. So what do? They wait. They wait for you to fall asleep, hoping that your phone is turned off on your nightstand, hoping that all of the night owls are just distracted doing something else, watching something else, so they can have the least amount of coverage on it as possible as soon as it happens, so the algorithms don't pick it up and keep pushing it out.
This is an idiot. This is an idiot. I don't think they know the time that there's a such thing as time zones. In Iran, when all this went down, Iran is they're 8.5 hours ahead of us in the United States if you're on the East Coast. And obviously, as you move through the time zones, it gets more 9, 10, 11. This young lady is an idiot, but obviously there's a bunch of liberals that are idiots.
You guys are exhausting. Just a few weeks ago, you were all saying that you don't know enough when it came to what was happening in Iran, which, for the record, I'll remind you, was tens of thousands of innocent civilians, including young women, students, and even kids being murdered for protesting for having basic rights like not having to cover their hair. You guys said you don't know enough. And so Israel and the US finally took out the leader since no one else was willing to do anything. And that leader that was responsible for tens of thousands of deaths just in the last month, not including hundreds of thousands of Syrians he's killed, not to mention funding terror proxies all around the world, including those that caused October 7th in Israel that killed thousands of civilians. Now you guys are saying that you oppose having killed him, that you feel sorry for him, that you are against these attacks. I don't understand. What is wrong with you people? You are just full of contradictions. Your ignorance is so apparent and appalling, and it is absolutely exhausting. So will you just shut up already?
Yeah. Well, what you got to understand is that the people on the left, especially the useful idiots, they are the useful idiots of the Democratic Communist Party. And in that party, you're not allowed to dissent. You're not allowed to think for yourself. All you can do is go with whatever they tell you to go with. That's it. There's no room for you to question anything. There's no room for you to dissent in any kind of way. If they say we're going right, you're going right. If they tell you we hate this individual, that's what it is. You're not allowed to go against it. Not allowed to go against the party. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts on this? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. Join us Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for ARP in the morning. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart's steady.
Where do you think would be better for women, Iran or America?
I don't think America's quite good for women.
So you can't determine between America and Iran which is safer for women?
I think that people have misconceptions about religion, especially with Muslims and Islamic regions.
Are you part of the LGBTQ community at all? You have the freedom to follow whatever religion you want, including none at all. And you're going to walk around and try to tell me that this is a worse place to be as a woman than Iran. Yeah? What is that from?
What's it called? Spencer's?
Oh, it's from Spencer's.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was like from a video game or something. But it's just very funny, very funny. We're polling students. We're asking them if they support the military action against Iran right now.
Like where they bombed the all-girls school?
Well, who bombed that all-girls school?
Wasn't it Israel and the US?
No. It was a misfired missile from Iran.
They bombed themselves, you're saying?
On accident. But they usually don't really care about their own people too much because they did kill tens of thousands of protesters this last month. So we're just kind of polling students if they support it, if they think that this is a good decision, or if they think that we shouldn't have done this.
What organization are you with?
Just with myself. It's not the news, just a YouTube channel. We like to
Liberty
come out and poll
Hangouts.
students. I've been here several times. It's always a good time just getting like college students' takes because people aren't doing that too much.
I don't support the unaliving of children. I think all children everywhere
Thank you.
should be
Thank you.
safe.
Thank
I don't
you.
think children should be molested.
Name is
I don't think
Deontay.
children
Thank
should
you.
be killed or anything. I think children should be safe in our schools, especially.
And in the womb, would you say safe in the womb as well?
I think we should worry about how there are children who were attached to the umbilical cord and were already being molested.
I'm sorry, children in the womb?
Well, if you've kept up with the Jeffrey Epstein and you've seen his files, you know that his youngest victim was attached to the umbilical cord, and he utilized the mother in order to.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think there should be some justice for the victims who are still alive from Epstein.
I agree
and
with you there.
I think that I think we can also especially focus on our own country as well instead of taking actions against other countries.
Okay.
And
Well, you care a lot about children and women.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always support women.
Okay. What do you think is happening in Iran to their women? Do you think that place is a good place for women?
Subscribe. Name Deontay. Good morning. Good morning.
To choose about where they want to live and about what they want to follow.
In Iran?
In Iran, yeah.
Yeah. Did you know that actually women don't have the choice about where to go because they can't leave without a male escort? They could be arrested for that, and they actually don't have the ability to follow what they want to follow. If you convert from Islam to Christianity there, it's illegal, and you could be arrested for that, especially as a woman. Did you know that?
What's your sources on this so I can look it up?
The supreme leader, well, he's dead now, but this is in their laws, their constitution, because they rule from an Islamic state, from a religious state.
Yeah, stop having an abortion and get an adoption. Get it if you don't want the baby, get an adoption. Somebody want the baby. Don't kill the baby.
Country.
Yeah, we don't have religious leaders that determine our laws, and they don't.
Are you sure?
Well, I would like them to.
Good morning, Patrick.
I would like them to rule and base our laws off of Christian values, which they do try to do. They don't say the Bible says this, so we have to do this. And Islam and Iran. Okay, well, let me ask you this: where do you think would be better for women, Iran or America?
I don't think America's quite good for women when we look at how we handled Epstein files.
Okay. So Iran would be your choice?
My choice would probably be Iceland.
That wasn't an option.
I my own option.
Okay.
Because that's my
so you can't
choose.
Okay. So you can't determine between America and Iran which is safer for women.
I think that people have misconceptions about religion, especially with Muslims and Islamic regions.
So what could you just set our audience straight here? What misconceptions might there be about how Iran treats women and gay people? We'll throw them in there too. And dogs.
Can we talk about how Israel treats Palestinians?
After, yeah.
I think that we shouldn't be pointing fingers at countries when we can't be saying that both sides are wrong when there's a lot of sides that are wrong.
Well, you talk about protecting children. Islamic states allow, once a child has her period, could be as young as 9, to marry her, rape her, and make her have his children. That happens in Islamic states. I'm sorry?
Isn't that the same thing as America?
No, that's illegal here. And you get put into jail.
Child marriage isn't illegal
Says
here.
she's hungry.
Raping
Damn.
children is illegal here.
Raping children is illegal here. We have a president that rapes children.
Okay. Well, you have no evidence of that, number one.
Actually, it's always in the Epstein files.
There's plenty of evidence to that. There's an entire thing of Epstein files that isn't even fully released yet. That has plenty of information.
Where at in the Epstein files did you find that?
Everywhere.
What was it in the section of anonymous tips?
Well, it was through victim accounts. It's through the reports. It's through.
Was it through the victim tips? The anonymous tips?
Multiple.
I'm not going to let you distract me, though, because you were refused to condemn Iran or point out their terrible atrocities towards their people. They just killed tens of thousands of them last month for protesting.
Subscribe, everybody.
Are you telling me that was not true?
Well, you're trying to say that Iran bombed themselves instead of America bombing Iran. I think it's quite clear.
So you trust Islamic media, state-ran media?
Over our own media, yes, I do.
Okay, I was not expecting you to be so pro the Ayatollah and pro dictator.
Well, yeah, we have a dictator in our own country.
Okay. So which dictator would be better? Or go with your terms, Trump or the Ayatollah in Iran?
How about Kim Jong-un, actually?
Yeah, so those are options. So this is a multiple choice. You would actually fail because it's not a right-in answer. It's two. You're in college, we're at USF. You know what multiple choice is. Trump or the Ayatollah that we just killed?
Oh, yeah, that we just killed? I thought you said that it was Iran that killed themselves.
Okay. We were talking about the school that tragically
And both these people are in college, y'all.
That was
over
Iran.
18.
Their missile misfired into the school because they put their schools next to military bases. And they make the children there chant death to America, and they marry them when they're 9.
And they are voters. This is sad.
Were you there for the Epstein, when Trump did all those things in the Epstein files? Were you there?
I was there.
You were there, and you did not call the police?
I was at the wall at Little St. Jeff, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right. I think it's disturbing, and it's really sad that you won't condemn or even say Iran is not safe for women. It's actually not even safe for dogs. It's not safe for gay people. It's not safe for anyone. You can get publicly executed. They have been doing it just in the last month, the protesters, and you refuse to say that. And here you are without a head covering, you're wearing pants, you're showing your little toes through your Crocs, your arms are showing. You have the freedom to do whatever. You have the freedom to follow whatever religion you want, including none at all. And you're going to walk around and try to tell me that this is a worse place to be as a woman than Iran.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I would love, again, what is your evidence for that? How did you come to that conclusion?
My conclusion? Well, of course, I was the fly on the wall. That's my conclusion.
Okay. What about you?
Can I actually ask you something? Can you acknowledge all of the people in places such as Minnesota, Minneapolis, that are all the protesters?
This is going on in the chat right now. That's how y'all gonna tell.
Constantly being tear gas.
This is the chat right here. Some of y'all.
Even some are being publicly executed, even while they're being held down. No weapon on them, being shot in the back of the head, being shot while they're in their car. Can you acknowledge that?
I have acknowledged that, and I've spoken about it before. Yes. Can you guys acknowledge the protesters being publicly hanged?
And Renee Good.
Yeah, Renee Good should not have hit an officer with her car, whether it was intentional or not. That's what she did.
Yep.
And I'm not going to let you distract me to go all the way back there. Alex Preddy.
Thank you. Let's grow.
I will not stand
like and subscribe, everybody.
Unlawful murdering of Alex Preddy.
Name is
What about the
Deontay.
unlawful murdering of all the protesters just last month in Iran?
And all the murders of all the protesters in America as well?
You just cannot stand up against Muslims, can you?
Why would I?
Why do you simp so hard for Muslims? What have they done for you?
Why would I? What are you?
I have a challenge for you. We will buy you.
Good morning, Kathy. Good morning. Good morning.
Iran.
Wait, really?
Would you go?
Can you buy right now?
Yes. Would you take that?
65 people in the chat. Let's grow. Let's grow. 65 people in the chat. Let's grow. Thank you guys. Name is Deontay.
Is that a vacation for you?
Yeah, I could go to Saudi Arabia. I can go to
No, Iran.
Yeah, but I'm gonna take a little trip around the Middle East.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah. So can I get my ticket now?
Yeah. When I'm done working, we can set that up for her.
Thanks.
I know you're young and you think this is funny, but what you guys are supporting and your refusal to denounce and just acknowledge the atrocities committed by the Islamic State are very troubling, guys. You know it's the truth, but you simp so hard for Muslims. You hate Christians so much. You hate Israel so much that you're pro-Muslim and Islamic states and dictators, and you refuse to even acknowledge that they kill women just for not having a hijab on. They kill dogs for being out in public in Tehran. They fund Hamas and Hezbollah, which are terrorist organizations. The UN even counts them as terrorist organizations. And I promise you, you would not be safe over there. You would not be safe over there. Are you part of the LGBTQ community at all? Yeah, well,
Subscribe, everybody.
anyway,
Subscribe.
you
It's
wouldn't be
all
safe in
good.
Iran.
Happy
It is
Thursday.
illegal to have a relationship, a romantic relationship with another man there. And in Gaza, it's illegal as well.
Well, would you like to come
one thing in America, they're trying literally everything. There's so many court cases that they're trying to literally, like a couple months ago, they tried to ban gay marriage. And also, you talk so much about like America and Israel being like the good guys.
I'm just gonna stop right there. I just told you it is illegal in Iran and in Gaza to have a romantic relationship. You would be thrown in prison, perhaps executed for even kissing another man in those places. And you refuse to acknowledge it, and you refuse to say, yeah, that is not safe. I am safer in America. Acknowledge it, please.
Would I be any safer?
You don't have to, bro.
Yes, as a gay man, you would be safer.
You sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure. It is not illegal in Israel to kiss another man. But in Iran, do you guys think I'm lying?
Would you like to be a primary source? We can go to Iran and we could like hold hands.
Wow.
Yeah, well, number one, I wouldn't hold hands with you even in America, but I appreciate the advance.
I mean,
do you acknowledge? Will you guys even just say it's homophobic of me?
Right now?
Do you feel oppressed?
Yeah, you're making me feel really oppressed. Like it's making me hyperventilate and everything. I think I have to take my meds now.
Damn, you gotta take your meds.
I would suggest you actually stopping the meds because I think that might be what's causing all of these delusions that you might have. Anyway,
well, I I see a very like beautiful woman in front of me. Like, of course, I'm gonna go crazy. Because like that's what the meds do for sure. Yeah.
If you guys know that if you were actually presented and there was a plane going over there, you wouldn't board it. And you know it because you would both be in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. And you still refuse to even acknowledge that you wouldn't be safe over there.
You can bring your cameraman and we can all investigate ourselves. What's better than a primary?
Well, I'll just send you there. And then you try kissing a woman there. You try walking your dog in Tehran. Okay, and we'll see how far you get.
Okay, can I get my money now? Okay.
Yep, message me on Instagram. It's Kate.meow. Actually, do you guys follow me on Instagram? You gotta go there. Give me a follow. Message. Yep, Kate.meow. KAIT.MEOW. We're gonna crowdfund a ticket to Iran for her. Yep.
Oh, let's go.
All right. Do you want to go with her? Do you want to bring your boyfriend?
Sure, why not?
Okay, very cool.
Keir Starmer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's to all the traveling clad, your sweet Zionist prince, back in the middle of the war here with Iran, the Islamic regime of Iran, coming to you live from Israel. Anything could happen during the recording of this video, but we're going to be taking a look at some more coverage of what's going on here on the ground in the Middle East. If you want to be a sweet Zionist prince or princess,
thank you, Jonathan, for understanding that.
Description at thetravelingcloud.com.
Thank you, guys.
Let's get into all these sources and links that my team had sent to me. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit under the energy here. I have really not properly slept in days because we keep getting woken up by missiles. So I'm very tired. I haven't really properly slept in a couple days, so sorry if my energy is not the highest and I'm not as funny.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
In case I'm dead tomorrow, just want you to remember this.
Iranian who lives in Tehran, and I can hear the sound of bombing outside. In case I'm dead tomorrow, I just want you to remember this. Please, shut the fuck up and don't use me against America or Israel to try and convince them to stop. We ask for this. We want this attack.
Hey, Camping, watch the whole video. Watch what I'm doing.
Listen to us. You don't.
What I'm doing, I'm showing you all the libtards tweaking out, tripping in the chat as well, talking about how what Trump did was wrong, but yet you got the people in Iran are happy about this. The same thing happened to Venezuela. So just watch the video, listen and learn, and subscribe.
I don't want to listen, but I'm going to give you the shorter version of why we want this. The reason is we had one option, to go and protest this bloody regime, and we did, and they killed 40,000 of us in 2 days. This is the last option we have. We asked for the help, and help is here. And I know I might die, and I don't care, because I'm willing to sacrifice my life for Iran. And you just shut the fuck up and don't use me to attack anyone or try to stop this. We want this. You don't understand. You're not in our shoes. So shut the fuck up. That was a message from one of our Iranian sisters, and she asked me to share this with you. So shut the fuck up. Yeah, if you don't want to support us, just shut the fuck up.
I agree 100%. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. All you guys have done is shut the fuck up this entire time. You haven't said a word about the 100,000 Iranians that were murdered out in the streets, and then all of a sudden, the IRGC claims that 50 girls were killed in a school, and it's the biggest news in the world. But when 100,000 Iranians were being slaughtered in the streets, nobody gave a fuck. None of the Arabs, none of the Muslims, even on Ramadan, did not give a shit. Iranian people across the world continue celebrating Khamenei's death, and the airstrikes hit.
If you notice in the beginning, he's in Iran right now with the shit going on. So just watch and learn.
The IRGC.
Like and subscribe.
The Iranian people.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
About the death of their oppressors, and everyone in the world that just keeps trying to silence them and demonize the situation that's going on there. It's disgusting. Iranian girl seen happily removing portrait of Khamenei from the classroom. And this is happening all over Iran. We're getting more and more leaked videos from inside of the regime's walls right now of people just rising up against the regime. In Philadelphia, Middle Eastern men confronted protesters backing Iran's regime.
You're all preventing me from moving where I want to go, and I'm going to go. Why don't you leave America? Why don't you leave? You hate this imperialist country. Why don't you leave? When Iranian women were ripped and murdered by their government, none of you said shit. You're fake activists. Why don't you speak about the 50,000 Iranians who were killed? And I want to call out the fact that you pretend, oh, don't touch me. Meanwhile, you're all preventing me from moving where I want to go, and I'm going to go. That's okay. You can't imprison me, you fucking fake terrorist cosplaying children. You're spoiled Americans on the side of a terrorist regime because you're afraid and hateful of a country that's the size of New Jersey. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of you cosplaying white people. I'm afraid of the smell of you because none of you have showered.
Damn.
In the crowd, basically calling them spoiled Americans. Why? These are a bunch of truthfully spoiled Americans who live in one of the most materialistically successful countries in the world, and they're out here.
Like and subscribe, everybody. I have no skin in the game, but these people are happy. I'm happy with them. Like and subscribe.
Against civilians in another country. There's no connection to any of these people. None of them are Iranian. None of them, as far as I can see, are Palestinian. These are American kids who woke up one day, maybe learned a little bit of questionable history on TikTok, and now they chose this as something to build a fake identity around because they feel guilty that they're bored. I don't know.
Are you from the Middle East?
I am. I grew up in America, but my family is Israeli of Lebanese Jewish background. My family never left the Middle East. We are Jews from Lebanon, which is obviously right next to Israel.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Subscribe.
If anybody knows who that guy is, I'm sure one of you guys are. I would love to invite him onto the channel for an interview. Mizrahi Jews, baby. Mizrahi Jews. They are the answer. I'm telling you. They are the fucking answer. Proud of you, my brother. You are my brother, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Thank you for using your voice. Thank you for using your family story. I appreciate the shit out of you, bro. Appreciate the fuck out of you. Anybody can get me an interview with him. I would love to speak to him and platform his story on the channel. That's beautiful. And literally, as I'm talking to you guys right now, I'm just getting inundated with hostile aircraft intrusion. So nobody says I'm bullshitting. It's been nonstop. Hostile aircraft intrusion alerts all over Israel. There might be another alarm while I'm recording this with you guys. So yeah, we really are just. I'm basically on the edge of my seat this entire time, getting ready for a missile to go off. All Iranians voted for Donald Trump when he got shot.
All Iranians voted for Donald Trump when he got shot. We were all praying for him. We voted for him both terms. In Iran, people of Iran are renaming their streets. They're printing out Trump Street because even the people in Iran love Trump so much.
Wow.
All Iranians voted for.
This is true. Iranian people really do love and appreciate what Trump is doing for them. I would say the vast majority of them do. Obviously, there are fake Iranians amongst them who, are just pawns and puppets of the Islamic regime. But most 99% of the Iranians, the real Iranians, they stand with him.
There is a Holocaust right now on Muslims.
Of course
And
there is.
the equivalent of the Pope, the Ayatollah, has been murdered. It doesn't matter what you think of the Ayatollah.
There we go.
A cycle.
Missile warning.
Wow.
Sorry, guys. I gotta go. I'll pause the video. I'll come back hopefully after the bombs. See you guys in a bit. Guess who's back? Back again. Back from the bomb shelter. Folks, let's continue where we were. Okay. Here's an idiot being an idiot.
Idiot being an idiot.
On Muslims. And the equivalent of the Pope, the Ayatollah, has...
Crazy fucking thing to hear as I come out of the bomb shelter because Muslims are launching rockets at me. Crazy thing to hear.
There is a Holocaust right now on Muslims. And the equivalent of the Pope, the Ayatollah, has been murdered. It doesn't matter what you think of the Ayatollah. It is a psychological warfare on Muslims. The attack on Iran is the Holocaust expanding to a new territory.
All right, white bitch.
It's an attack on Muslims. It's an attack on the Muslim faith. It is a spiritual attack. I, myself, believe in energies and stuff like that. I'm not exactly religious, but I do understand that this is a big deal. This is a big deal. The Ayatollah has now become a symbol. It's become a symbol of resistance. And what the imperialists
Thank you, guys.
what was going to happen, that people would lose faith,
Like and subscribe.
feel hopeless, has done the exact opposite. The Ayatollah was slain in his duties. He was in his office, doing work, not hiding, out in the open, working for his people. And he was slain. He is now a martyr. He is now a symbol of resistance. And he will be seen that way. And this makes for a new wave of radicalized youth. For the better, this is good. I mean, it's not good that he died, but he wanted to go that way. He wanted to go that way on his own terms. It is an honorable death. It is just very confusing why people are celebrating his death in a way that it reminds me of.
Oh shit! I got
Damn.
Sorry, gotta go. Fuck. Shit. And we're back.
Wow.
Hey, IRGC. I know I'm making negative propaganda about you, but let me finish my fucking video. God damn it. Where were we?
No, the USSR will continue. Will continue its fight against imperialism. It is the revolution, the Islamic revolution, is not a man.
Like and subscribe, everybody. Common Sense channel here. Name is Deontay. As you can see, I bring everybody when it comes to these videos, what's going on in the world. I don't stick to one people. I bring it all. He got skin in the game. He's right there with the shit. Everybody's also, oh, don't go that way. It's not that way. He's right there with it. Listen up.
It is not a man. It is a people. And people that come on here.
Not her, but him.
He was killing communists and things like that. He needs to look at history. Because Trotsky was a communist. And he wanted to overthrow the USSR. He wanted to keep revolutionizing the USSR while it was at war. Iran has always been at war with the West. Always, since its beginning. You cannot go through another revolution until the West has fallen. And communists that aren't working with the state, that are working against the state, or
He said, what up, James? Right. Blue hair, you know she ain't been nowhere.
that the Islamic revolution is fighting the West. That's how I reconcile with that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, in the future, it does go towards a more socialist system. And it is. What I see, free housing, things like that, taking care of its people, education for everyone. Education for women was that before the revolution? I think 30% were illiterate. Now, I think it's almost 100%. So, long live the resistance and death to America.
What the fuck?
Hey, baby, don't come to the Middle East, please. Especially after the regime in Iran falls, do not leave America. That's just one warning for you.
Damn.
They will not appreciate your kind in Iran.
Thank you,
I mean,
guys.
Iranian people
Thank
have
you.
made it
Let's
very
grow
clear
together. Let's do it.
what they're going to be doing to people like you. And this isn't me advocating for it. I'm just saying, baby, don't come here. Do not come to this region, my love. It's not going to end up well for you. I'm sorry. Here's the Iranian girls celebrating. All over the world, the Iranians are celebrating, and then White Becky from Arkansas is telling you about how it's not socialist and communist enough for her. All right. Let's go with that version, my love.
Baby, we got a problem. We might have to stop the war.
What? But we've already been...
I know, man, I know, but something happened that we did not anticipate.
Well, how? We've infiltrated every single aspect of...
Because they waited days to do it, man. Days. They really caught us napping this time.
Pull yourself together. Don't
silly.
talk to me.
I don't know how to say this, BB, but there's been a statement of utmost concern from the Europeans.
Like and subscribe.
Those bottle caps better be attached to the missiles, Donald.
They're like, Monsieur President, you violated the Ayatollah's data privacy.
Your aircraft carriers are rated C- for energy efficiency.
I'm screaming, boy, we could go on for weeks like this.
Oh, we will.
Weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and... Baby.
I do love all the BB and Trump memes. There's been a lot of like AI BB and Trump memes, and they've been absolutely fantastic. So I'm big fan of that. Very big fan of that. By the way, it's not lost on me that many of you guys are probably wondering, how tall are you so calm? You just had ballistic missiles fired at you twice during the recording of this video and during the last one. I've been living through this for almost 2.5 years now of living under missile threats. It really doesn't scare me anymore. I'm very used to it. So for those of you guys wondering, it's not fake. It's real, really happening. But it just doesn't really scare me or many Israelis at this point.
And to take out the supreme leader, it doesn't matter what I think of Iran. It's up to the Iranian people. It's not up to the United States and the European Union and everybody else to tell a sovereign country how they should run their country. And they were not threatening anybody. We know what we're doing. We're Iranians. I don't know what they are doing.
Well, we're protesting because this is a new war that Trump and Netanyahu have created. It's totally illegal. There's no UN resolution. It's against US law. It hasn't been taken to the Congress. They were allegedly discussing with the Iranians 2 weeks previously. It sounded good for the Minister for Homeland. Thought they had something on Friday evening. And we wake up on Sunday to hear that Trump and Netanyahu have bombed Iran and they're extrajudicially killing people. We have no love for the Iranian regime in any means, but this is purely an imperialist war. There's no question of it. So that's why we're here. We say, hands off Iran, no more war.
So I think it's absolutely reprehensible that our government cannot condemn what happened. It is a breach of international law. The Spanish Prime Minister was able to say so. That they cannot defend the rights of sovereign nations.
They're counter-protesting people before profit because they're out here protesting that they want the U.S. military and Israeli to end. And basically, they don't know anything about the Iranian people. We are the Iranian people. There's no Iranian people over there. And
Boom.
they're just making their own ideologies, and they're not listening to the majority of the Iranians that have asked for a regime change. They want to
Thank you. Thank you. Let's grow.
Years. They have oppressed people, and they have not made any changes to the government to make it any less dictatorship-like.
Thank you, guys. Like and subscribe, everybody. Like and subscribe. Name is Deontay. Let's grow. Common Sense Channel.
Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi as the leader of transition. Then we're going to have a ballot box to decide what kind of government we want to have, what kind of actually system we want to run. Then we know what we're doing. We're Iranian. I don't know what they are doing.
Why not let the people of Iran who really actually have a hand in this be the ones to speak up on the issue rather than try to speak over them all the time? It was always like the random white people in the West trying to speak over the Palestinians saying, no, they want peace, they want this. The Palestinians are like, we want to kill Jews. And the Iranians are like, we want to kill Muslims. We fucking hate Muslims. And the West is like, why are you attacking them? They're innocent Muslims. They're like, fuck Islam. This is the most retarded thing in the world. BBC highlights a few hundred people mourning the death of Iran's supreme leader. Oh, get fucked. Get fucked. Hussein's not coming. Ali is not coming. Allah is not coming. No, Ali and Hussein and Allah and Muhammad alayhi wasallam are not coming. I'm sorry. You guys bet on the wrong fucking horse. And you bet on a retarded horse with a big white beard that looks like Santa. Not a good choice. Leftists in the West have no idea what they're talking about.
I'm Iranian.
How do you feel about the U.S. attacking Iran today?
Lefties here that they have no idea what's going on in Iran. I'm Iranian. I should have the right to talk about it. They killed my cousin a couple of weeks ago in Isfahan, in Sanara, and my cousin has 2 little kids. They closed his store. His wife can't make any money to feed his kids. Like, I want Trump make Iran great again.
Yep, as many Persians all over the world. That's exactly what they want. This is exactly what they want.
If I could just say...
Now let's get the queen of fence-sitting herself, a take from The View on Megyn Kelly. Let's take a look at this.
If I could just say this. Number one, Megyn Kelly's clip that we ran before saying who those troops died for. How dare you, Megyn Kelly? How dare you tell a military person who has sacrificed their lives for our nation in our uniform, when they are sacrificing their lives in our uniform, how dare you tell them or their families or our nation what they died for?
Oh, you better be careful. She'll come right back at you.
I'm
She's
not
like
afraid
a
of her.
roller derby.
I'm not afraid of her. But I have my heart with my friends in the military. You do not get to authorize who they died for. So let me just clear that up. So I'm not, and I come here, I may vote Republican and I'm a conservative, but I'm a thinking woman and I have a heart with this war or military attack. Are you glad that the leaders there are gone?
Subscribe, everybody. Let's grow.
If I could just say this. Number one, Megyn Kelly's clip that we ran before.
Well, Megyn Kelly, again, has been the queen of fence-sitting and now grifting also to the sort of...
I live stream in the morning, Monday through Thursday, 8 o'clock. Around 8 o'clock in the morning, I live stream, Monday through Thursday. Unless something big comes up.
America First, Nick Fuentes, right? So, yeah, we're not... None of Megyn Kelly's takes have been great recently.
Behind what exactly? The attack on Iran. Yeah, we agree with that. It's happening today. Yeah. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord for that. You're in Israelis, but you see, my family.
Thank you.
Mother, my sister, my 2-3 nieces, my brother, entire family. All of my friends that I lived with, grew up in, they were kidnapped in Iraq. So I said, because Israel is rescuing them. I don't want. No, of course, I don't care. You rescue them. Like, you do that. I do that. He does that. There's a man whose flag is that. My house is in fire. My kids are kidnapped. If your loved one has a cyst, has a cancer, has an infection in his body, do you care the surgeon has a green top or yellow hat or no? The handle of life was yellow. No, I need the operation to have it right now. My kid needs to survive. I beg the surgeons to. If you go to hospital and you see the surgeon in his shoes, you say no, let the kid die. That's it. Because you hate this too much. You need to love yourself and your loved one more than hating somebody else. So, do you think I'm in love with Donald Trump? I don't want him to be close to any of my family members. I don't care about him. Whoever gets to that level of being a politician is not a nice person. Do you think Keir Starmer is a nice person? Do you think? Anybody to that level has to have a bit of brutality in mind to see the number. Okay, this many number of people killed here. People are numbers to that level, okay? But we, to that level of society, if we start to hate each other, that's destruction of the society, any civilization. I am here. But I find it very hard. But you hate it too much. And you rather take the child. And you rather try to
You did say that if there was a Jew surgeon, you would let him die. You wouldn't let you said die, would you? You know why Iranian people are so amazing is they don't let the cancer that is Jew hatred, and they historically never really have in their history. They never really let the hatred that is like Jew hating cancer ever govern their brains, and that's why they are an overwhelmingly successful society. They were just overtaken by Islamists, but they really have been amazing.
Where do you think would be better for women, Iran or America?
I don't think America's quite good for women when we look
That's
at how we
crazy.
handled Epstein files.
You have the freedom to follow
Thank you.
whatever
Good morning.
religion
Happy
you want,
Thursday.
including none at
Let's
all.
continue.
And you're gonna walk around and try to tell me that this is a worse place to be as a woman than Iran.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you
Thank
think
you,
is
guys.
happening in Iran to their women? Do you think that that place is a good place for women?
I think women have their right to choose about where they want to live and about what they want to follow.
In Iran?
In Iran, yeah. I think that people have misconceptions about religion, especially with Muslims and Islamic regions.
I was not expecting you to be so pro the Ayatollah and pro dictator.
Well, yeah, we have a dictator in our own country.
I have a challenge for you. We will buy you a ticket, a one-way ticket to Iran.
We really?
Would you go? Would you take
She
that?
said,
Oh my
really?
God.
Come on, man.
Wait, are you kidding me? This is the fourth fucking rocket attack in this fucking video. Give me a goddamn break, motherfucker! Oh my God! All right, I'll be back. I am fucking over it. Convinced they're doing it on purpose. We don't have that many videos to look at left. My God. Hopefully no more sirens. Let's keep going.
Are you part of the LGBTQ community at all?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go with her? Do you want to bring your boyfriend?
Sure, why not?
Okay, very cool.
All right, man. That's awesome. I would love to send them to Iran.
I'll just send you there, and then you try kissing a woman there. You try walking your dog in Tehran, okay? And we'll see how far you get.
Okay. I also have a feeling that those two are autistic. But this is an actual give, send, go now. We have raised gold 2,400 USD.
Wow.
You know what? I will give some money. Can I give? How do I donate? Single amount? I'll put down 100. Okay, putting down 100 for this.
It may not come back.
travelingclad@gmail.com. My name. Show donation as Tall the traveling clad message. Let's do it. Love it. Continue. Okay, this is where my payment information goes in, so I'm gonna pause real quick. Guys, let's help Caitlin hit the goal. There you go. Tall the traveling clad, $100. Let's do it. That's me.
Crazy.
Let's get this thing funded. I know we could do it together. And if you guys want to help me recoup the money of this ridiculous joke that I just gave up $100 for, because there's no way that bitch is flying to Iran, you can send me money or buy some merchandise at thetravelingclad.com. Get your Sweet Zionist Prince or Princess shirt. You can see I'm putting in the effort. And our queen, Goldie Gamari, we love her so much. Let's take a look at what she's saying with Jonathan Conriquez on Piers Morgan.
Very questionable, Piers. Where'd you get that number from?
Well, how many do you think we killed?
We don't know the exact number. But to say that 30,000 people were slaughtered during those short weeks is ridiculous to me. Iran has put out specific names of individuals who have been killed, and it's around 3,000. We don't know what the exact number is, but you really think 30,000 people were killed? You're not going to question that at 30,000?
Well, I'm curious, if you don't think it's 30,000, how many do you think it was?
I don't know the exact number. No one knows the exact number.
But you know?
But
If you don't know the number, how do you know?
But
Well, hang on.
you don't have to agree
Hang on a
with the
second.
regime.
Hang on a second.
I've said
Hang on a-
multiple times.
hang
I'm
on
not going to hang on for a second. I've said multiple times.
You
I don't
are,
agree or
actually,
like the
because I'm
regime
gonna
in
come back
Iran.
to you.
That doesn't
Okay.
mean that it's untrue that they never capitulated to what Israel demanded of them. Whereas here in the
Yeah,
United States, we literally spill
understand your
blood
argument.
and use our treasure on behalf of Israel. That's the point that Jake was
I
trying to
understand.
make. And I think it's a pretty accurate point.
Okay, you can make that point. I'm questioning the. Hang on 1 second, please. I'm questioning the use of the word courageous about a ruthless, despotic monster, and I'm curious why you are so confident it's not 30,000 people who were
Oh
killed.
wow,
You
Mark.
have no idea how
Good
many people
one.
were killed. How can you be sure it wasn't 30,000?
No, I don't. I don't know how many people are killed. You don't know how many people are killed.
Right, so you don't
simply
know it wasn't
regurgitating
30,000.
the highest number you've heard is questionable to say the least.
Shut up,
Especially when
Anna.
you know that Mossad was on the ground. There
Slow
were
down.
armed terrorists on the ground. You know security forces were killed during those shootings. Look, the hyena's laughing again. Anyway, but to just regurgitate the number that is being perpetuated by the Israelis is ridiculous to me. We don't know the exact number, so rather than regurgitate it, we can say that there was a high casualty count.
Calm
It's
down.
that simple.
But you
Calm
choose to
down.
regurgitate that
Calm
number.
down.
Hang on 1 second. Hang on. Let me finish. You did regurgitate, Anna, with respect, all the numbers given to you by the Hamas-run health authority of Palestinian casualties without any hesitation.
Which is confirmed by the Israelis, Pierce. That was confirmed by the Israelis. You know that, right?
They were broadly confirmed eventually. But my point is, you seem very, very keen.
Because the Hamas-run health ministry is very careful.
Here's my point, Anna. Here's my point. I don't understand your apparent keenness to downplay the ruthlessness of the Ayatollah or Chafe's enthusiasm.
I'm not downplaying it. I'm not downplaying it.
Calm down.
So what exactly, what would you define that as, you fucking cunt? What would you define it as when you inflate the numbers in Gaza, but when you have every opportunity to stand with the people being slaughtered in Iran, you choose the lowest numbers? Do you understand why we're all looking at you saying, hey, that girl's a cunt? Because with Gaza, you chose the highest numbers, never looking to give Israel an inch there. But with Iran, for some reason, the Islamic regime, you're choosing the lowest numbers, the numbers that the Islamic regime are tweeting out. So what gives? Is it that you're a cunt? Because that's what it feels like.
And I just need to ask you one question then, Mandana. Please allow me the time, Arya.
Sure.
Mandana, I need to ask you this.
Please
and we're talking geopolitics here. You're here because there's a war that's on, right?
Yes.
And that war is being waged by Israel and America, not America alone. If Iran loses, Israel wins. A very strong Netanyahu who also has completely taken Gaza by storm, razed it to the ground. You're okay with a stronger Netanyahu in the region?
Yeah, can I tell you? Can I answer you in this way? Again, 3 months ago, for the first time in my life, I went to Israel. For the first time in my life, I've studied in Iran. I went to Islamic Republic private school in Iran. Every day in the morning, they taught us death to Israel, death to America. When I was a kid, I was punished because I asked my teacher, who is Israel and who's America? Why do we hate them? And they didn't have an answer for me. They punished me.
Wow.
39 years old.
Like and subscribe, everybody. Like and subscribe.
3 months ago, okay? I have Israeli friends.
This is good information.
The border of Gaza.
Like
and
and subscribe.
I saw it with my own eyes. And the reason I was able to do that, because I don't have Iranian passport anymore. I have different passport now. It's not Indian, but I have a different passport now. I went to Israel and I saw
Like and subscribe, everybody. Appreciate it. Name is Deontay. Good information for you guys. Always.
The school that I have studied, they teach us to hate Israel for no reason. It absolutely doesn't exist. And I'm sorry to say that. If my country has been oppressed for 48 years and I have lost my school friends,
all right, Mandana, we certainly understand your sentiments. So thank you so
Then they
much.
cutting her off.
Thank you so much for joining us. In fact, there's a piece of breaking news which is just coming in.
Isn't it so funny how the media always
On
is
either
muting
side.
Iranian voices and Israeli voices? Like, the media is just always there to mute the voice of the people of Iran. It's actually unbelievable. Like, it's a never-ending story of just muting the Israeli voices and the Iranian voices. When it comes to striking Iran, Donald Trump has been consistent for 47 years. Let's take a look at this clip.
other countries, then when you get the respect of the other countries, then the other countries tend to do a little bit as you do, and you can create the right attitudes. The Iranian situation is a case in point. That they hold our hostages is just absolutely and totally ridiculous. That this country sits back and allows a country such as Iran to hold our hostages, to my way of thinking, is a horror. And I don't think they do it with other countries. I honestly don't think they do it with other countries.
Obviously, you're advocating that we should have gone in there with troops, etc., and brought our boys out.
I absolutely feel that, yes. I don't think there's any question, and there's no question in my mind. I think right now would be an oil-rich nation, and I believe that we should have done it, and I'm very disappointed that we didn't do it, and I don't think anybody would have held us in abeyance. I don't think anybody would have been angry with us, and we had every right to do it at the time. I think we've lost the opportunity.
Donald Trump being immensely consistent on what he was going to do, and who's insane to think how much was foreshadowed there, huh? Isn't that?
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, guys. Thank
Trump
you.
Foreshadowed that. All right.
Subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe. Let's grow. Let's do it.
Think of this character Khomeini. I mean, this son of a bitch is something like nobody's ever seen.
Trump's been aware for a long time, huh? Well, he finally got it done. That son of a bitch Khomeini died like a dog. Died like a fucking dog. Ladies and gentlemen, wow, 32 minutes. We got through it with 4 fucking rocket attacks. Never before done on YouTube's history. Never before done on this channel. You guys know now more than ever, I'm committed to the cause to covering the story of the people of Iran and this war that is hopefully going to liberate the Middle East. Tala Traveling Clout, your sweet Zionist Prince, signing off.
Ayatollah Khamenei is dead. This wretched and vile man, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead. This wretched and vile man, Ayatollah.
All Iranians voted for Donald Trump when he got shot.
All Iranians voted for Donald Trump when he got shot. We were all praying for him. We voted for him both terms. In Iran, people of Iran are renaming their streets. They're printing out Trump Street because even the people in Iran love Trump so much.
Wow.
All Iranians voted for.
This is true. Iranian people really do love and appreciate what Trump is doing for them. I would say the vast majority of them do. Obviously, there are fake Iranians amongst them who, are just pawns and puppets of the Islamic regime. But most, 99% of the Iranians, the real Iranians, they stand with him.
Hi, Mr. President Trump. I'm an Iranian girl, but I live in Germany. But I will say thanks, President Trump, for helping the Iranian people.
Why are you so happy? Because Islamic regime is expired now. Finished forever. We are so happy. God bless Donald Trump. God bless Benjamin Netanyahu. We are happy. Thank you. Why are you handing out biscuits?
Because we heard that Iran, the government is dead. The Khamenei is dead. You are happy the son is dead. The Masoud Mustafa is dead. You're so happy for Iranian people. Yeah.
Subscribe.
No idea what just happened. The whole world is a cyber place without this person. Funding the Hamas terrorists, funding all the proxies and everything. It's much cyber. I know all the leftists and the anti-Semites are burning up. It's okay. Let them cry harder, right?
Tech support. Good morning.
Why are you dancing?
We are so happy because we got back to normal life and hopefully we can see our future.
Khamenei is dead.
People are happy. Subscribe if you haven't, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Israel. Thank you.
Morning.
And we're celebrating with the joy we had. Hopefully, this is a sort of a justice government for us.
Well, we still haven't finished yet, yeah? We still haven't finished yet. Do you think they're going to finish? 100%. 100%. Look what the beautiful people are here. They're all chanting for
You just got in here, man. The people are happy. You just missed everything. This guy right here, his channel right here. He's in Iran right now, and they dropping the bombs. You missed everything, man. He's boots on the ground. You missed everything. The people are happy. They happy with Trump. He's happy with Trump, and he's over there, and they dropping bombs right now, and he's happy. So what's the point? Keep on watching.
Okay. This message is for all my American friends and Americans in general.
He is not taking no women's rights to vote. What is y'all talking about? Do y'all research?
I never
Stay off the View.
Anybody, no president, because I didn't believe in none of them. Not Democrats, not Republicans. I didn't vote for any of them. The only time I voted was last election. I voted for Mr. Trump, and I think I did the best decision in my life. Not as my vote was important, but for me, I think it was the right decision to trust somebody who wanted to do the right things. For 80 million people, if you American live in this country and you hated him or you hate him, I don't know about you, but for us, for 80 million people, he did the right things, and I am so proud of him. I am so proud of being an American, and I just pray for him and his family. He rescued 80 million people after 47 years. I remember Shah. I remember the king of Iran and how prosperous that country was. And 47 years, these people didn't do nothing but killing, massacring people, corruption, and just bring people down to the ground. They made the prosperous country to the ashes. They destroyed the country. I was talking to two of my friends. They are like very highly educated ladies. And she said, Iran is going to be like Iraq or Egypt or all other countries. No. We are Iranian. We have a high, what can I say? Like a civilization. People are highly educated. So I trust my people. They know how to make Iran great again. And that's how we're gonna do it. So we're not gonna be like those people with zero education from those countries. No insult to them. We are not Arabs. We are Persian. And Persians are proud of their civilization. We get our country back. We get our civilization back. And we're gonna fix this country. I just want to say
subscribe.
Thank you, Mr. Trump. God bless America and God bless my country. Thank you.
So, Khamenei is dead. This wretched and vile man, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead. This wretched and vile man, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead.
Maria, you know, people got to troll on the chat. They got to be trolls. Tech support, you missed the video, man. The video's about 30 minutes long. You just jumped in after the video was over with. You missed it.
The Iranian people are.
That's what I was saying. He's on the ground, boots on the ground.
Their oppressors.
He's right there. When the missiles drops, his phone goes off. Tech, his phone goes off. Let him know it's a bomb strike coming. Yeah, pause the video, go hide in his bunker, and come back and continue the video on the first one I was showing.
Silence them and demonize the situation that's going on there. It's disgusting.
No problem, Tech. No problem. I'll have to mute some of these songs in a minute. Edit these songs out.
I love my fellow Americans.
You gotta edit these songs.
I ask you to go on X and please read between the lines and do your due diligence, please, unbiasedly. What does that mean? Okay, it means I have lived that reality. I lived in Iran. I was put into veils, okay? I want you to know that I'm not someone who just comes over here and joins everybody and says, thank you, Trump, or God bless America. It is for a very good reason, okay? And it's about attitude of gratitude. It is about freedom isn't for free. We Americans must understand what freedom really means. Do you realize that Americans, if they go to Iran and they remove their hijab, they will be taken away, they will be prosecuted,
Scotty, good morning.
Interrogated. And if they did that on purpose, they are risking their lives.
There is so much joy here on the streets of London. This city is home to Europe's biggest Iranian diaspora community. You can see people waving flags before the Islamic Revolution. It is very much a party atmosphere after the news.
Like and subscribe, everybody. Like and subscribe. Thank you, thank you.
Is dead. How do you feel?
Amazing. We are so happy. We are so happy. Happiness moment for Iranian.
In the Ayatollah's last breaths on this earth, what would you like to have told him?
Go to hell.
Who do you want to lead the country now?
King Reza Pahlavi. He is capable of everything. He's going to bring the democracy in. Free elections. So we love him.
What do you want President Trump to do now?
I want fully destroy this Islamic regime and IRGCs which destroying the world. I think by getting rid of this Islamic regime, there will be a peace spread all over the world. Khamenei, he's in the hell now.
So you're holding the American flag. Why?
As a thank you to them. He's bringing peace to the Middle East. And we don't want another dictatorship.
Right now there is so much happiness, so much joy.
Of course.
But Iran is still in the middle of pain. We still don't know what's going to happen. What do you hope will happen? What do you fear will happen?
We are just hoping for the best. We don't want to think about worst because we're coming out of the worst. For us not to kill the worst.
Mr. President, thank you so much. The best president of the United States by far in history. We love you, Mr. President.
Yeah, once again, when it comes to my channel, I don't just throw up random stuff. All my stuff lines up, makes sense of what's going on. It's current. It's right now with you guys. Like and subscribe, everybody. I don't just throw anything out there random. It all makes sense, but I'm showing. Subscribe.
Here's the Iranian girl celebrating. All over the world, the Iranians are celebrating, and then White Becky from Arkansas is telling you about how it's not socialist and communist enough for her.
Hey, this is for the Ayatollah of Iran. If you're not the Ayatollah of Iran, you can skip. Listen, my name's Chris Valenti. I live in New York. I had nothing to do with what's going on. I'm rooting for you, man. I'm hoping you fucking win.
Do I support Donald Trump? You don't see my hat?
Donald Trump. This is his fault. If you got a bone to pick it with him. 1600 Pennsylvania.
Hey, Chris. I can't hear you. You know why?
Do I support? Yeah, I support Donald Trump. I voted for him. Oh, yeah.
And do you know how people feel about it? Let's see. Anyway.
Celie, good morning.
He can't hear you, but I don't need to say much else. Don't forget I have a free email newsletter. The link to that is in my bio. Y'all have a good night.
CNN and some fake news, I don't know. No. It's like Christmas, and we are so happy here. It's 47 years. All the Iranian, we never been, in the history, we never been Muslim. We are not, and we won't be. And it's the biggest threat every country can face to it. And I want to say we are so happy.
The bill has not been lifted. Really? It has been lifted. I was voting Democrat.
They forced us to say death to America.
Conservative Republican. 43 years old.
I remember whenever we went to school every single morning, they forced us to say death to America, death to Israel, death to this country, that country. And you
Beaver,
just can
good
do your
morning.
research and you will see that this is true. And I was born in America, and I never, ever wanted to say that because I felt that I am American as well, and I am Iranian, so I'm not going to say that. I never, ever said it once, ever.
Wow.
Never.
I'm an Iranian who
I was young at the time. I'm 43 now, but at the time Obama came, I had voted for
And
Obama.
I can hear the sound of bombing outside.
Other than that, yeah, that
In case I'm dead
wish
tomorrow,
I didn't.
I just want you to remember this. Please, shut the fuck up and don't use me against America or Israel to try and convince them to stop. We asked for this. We want this attack. And I know that you don't want to listen to us. You don't want to listen, but I'm going to give you the shorter version of why we want this. The reason is we had one option to go and protest this bloody regime, and we did, and they killed 40,000 of us in 2 days. This is the last option we have. We asked for the help, and help is here. And I know I might die, and I don't care because I'm willing to sacrifice my life for Iran. And
You see that? She going to sacrifice herself for her country. Some of you guys in the chat can't even die for your own country. That's crazy. She's willing to die for hers.
Just shut the fuck up and don't use me to attack anyone or try to stop this. We want this. You don't understand. You're not in our shoes. So shut the fuck up. That was a message from one of our Iranian sisters, and she asked me to share this with you. So shut the fuck up. Yeah, if you don't want to support us, just shut the fuck up.
I agree 100%. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. All you guys have done is shut the fuck up this entire time. You haven't said a word about the 100,000 Iranians that were murdered out in the streets, and then all of a sudden, the IRGC claims that 50 girls were killed in a school, and it's the biggest news in the world. But when 100,000 Iranians were being slaughtered in the streets, nobody gave a fuck. None of the Arabs, none of the Muslims, even on Ramadan, did not give a shit.
To the devil is gone. Raise my flag, that's lightning sun. قسم به خون یاران. قسم به خون یاران. قسم به خون یاران. ایستاده ایم تا پایان.
Give me a minute. These videos are a little tricky when it comes to Sky News Australia. I'll do this first.
That I want to talk about, and now there's obviously so many parts to this Iran conflict that I want to talk about, and there's someone I wanted to talk to, whose name is Miyad Maleki. He is from the Foundation of the Defense of Democracies, as a former senior official at the U.S. Treasury Department. He was born and raised in Iran and grew up there, knew what it was like to live under a regime, comes to America, joins the Air Force, then joins Treasury. He's involved in the sanctions that go against the Iranian regime. If there's anyone to talk to about what's going on, what comes next, and how the US foreign policy under Trump looks different to that of Obama, it's Miyad Maleki, joins me now. I just want to start off with your emotions on the day that President...
all the signs and indications as far as the military buildup in Persian Gulf and the rhetorics that you were hearing from both Iran side and here in the
Now, there's obviously so many parts to this Iran conflict that I want to talk about, and there's someone I wanted to talk to, whose name is Miyad Maleki. He is from the Foundation of the Defense of Democracies, as a former senior official at the U.S. Treasury Department. He was born and raised in Iran and grew up there, knew what it was like to live under a regime, comes to America, joins the Air Force, then joins Treasury. He's involved in the sanctions that go against the Iranian regime. If there's anyone to talk to about what's going on, what comes next, and how the US foreign policy under Trump looks different to that of Obama, it's Miyad Maleki, joins me now. I just want to start off with your emotions on the day that President Trump announced that there had been strikes on Iran. That must have been odd for you.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. Great to be with you. I was actually talking to a friend about this today. What was interesting was that we kind of knew it was coming. All
Right,
the
Michelle, good
signs
one.
and indications as far as the military buildup in Persian Gulf and the rhetorics that you were hearing from both Iran side and here in the U.S., they were pointing to us getting close to a conflict. Yet, when the President Trump announced the beginning of the campaign, we were kind of surprised. I was personally surprised that it actually happening. That President Trump is coming to the rescue of the Iranians who were just coming out of a major domestic crisis. The regime had killed over 30,000 protesters, and Iranians were disappointed kind of following the negotiations. I was hearing from friends and family members and relatives, some inside Iran, and they were disappointed to see that President Trump initially said, we're coming to rescue you, when the regime was killing people who were on the street protesting this regime, to the point that they started seeing negotiations happening with the representatives of this regime. So when President Trump announced the beginning of the campaign, the messages that I was getting from inside the country and I was hearing were, I wouldn't say were surprising, but they were very directly in support of, or folks were really hopeful that the strikes are going to really weaken this regime and create some kind of environment where the Iranians can actually go back on the street and demand what they were demanding, as far as change in the regime, change in policies, and without being killed.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning.
So that's really when it was announced, I was kind of surprised to see that it actually happened, but at the same time, hopeful that it would take this regime out.
Yeah, so we all saw the build-up that was coming in Iran and the areas around it from the US, and we thought that something might happen, but the strikes do take you by surprise, because the threat that Iran poses is a threat that has posed since 1979, since the revolution. And there's been so many US presidents that have had the opportunity to really do something about it. And Donald Trump seems to be the first one that's actually done. Would any other US president, if given the same opportunity that Trump has had here, would they have taken it?
That's what I actually said in my piece. Since 1979, every U.S. president sat across the table from the Iranian regime, representatives.
Thank you guys for being in the chat. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. I got no skin in the game. I'm just showing the people that do.
Their nuclear program.
Thank you guys.
Or back in President Bush's time,
like and subscribe.
About some regional cooperation that they were hoping to get out from the Iranians in connection with the campaign in Afghanistan. So President Trump really was the first U.S. president that just didn't allow the regime to play with him with negotiations that they're really good at.
Thank you, Beaver. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
To keep U.S. government officials and Western politicians kind of playing around with them with talks and negotiations. I think President Trump just wouldn't take it. And really goes back to the fact that President Trump had some direct experience with the Iranian regime during his first term. Other presidents in the U.S., they tend to really view Iran's threat as a threat that would drag the U.S. into an Iraq-type war or Afghanistan-type war. And I think President Trump tested the Iranian regime over and over. He took out the closest ROGC commander to the supreme leader.
No, Bruce, no snow out here.
Quds Force commander.
It's cloudy in Rockford, but it's not snow.
And in 2020, and then he witnessed that what he was told probably by the bureaucracy in the U.S. government, that if you do move forward with such action and take him out, it'll end up turning out into a war for us. And he saw that wasn't really what happened. As a matter of fact, he probably witnessed how after President Biden came to the office, just a year after the Soleimani's assassination, Iranians were willing to come to Vienna, sit across the table from directly or indirectly with U.S. government officials and negotiate a deal. And so I think President Trump had really understood that this is a paper tiger, and he just realized that the fact that you can get a deal with the Iranian regime and it would be a good deal from a U.S. national security perspective.
This is how it is in Rockford right now.
Tiger thing, but when you were writing in the New York Post about your feelings about the Iranian strikes, you were talking about how you grew up in Iran. You were there in school when the teachings of the Ayatollahs were coming in and taking root. Could you explain What was school like? What was the childhood like? What was living under that regime like?
Well, I mean, it's I got to tell you, dark days for the Iranian generations after generations who had to deal with this regime. You know, if you were born in the 80s, I was born in early 80s. I never saw pre-1979 Iran. And what I saw, what I witnessed, and what I experienced was extremely bad economic situation. You know, I have these memories as a small child standing in the line at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. to get a bottle of milk. There was an Iran-Iraq war going on. After the war, the economy was still extremely mismanaged and in a very bad shape for years, and it still is. Socially, they were imposing very strict version of Islam. The social restrictions didn't really match the families, the way that ordinary Iranian families were.
That's what I'm doing, Bruce. I'm showing them from both sides, the people that live there.
Dual life. At home, you were, for most Iranians, even if they were religious, there was some level of moderation.
I have no idea what's going on.
And tolerance. And then you leave your house and you go to school and you go outside and you have to hide what you have at home, whether it's the fact that you're still watching movies that are coming from the West, or movies that belong to Iran but pre-revolution. You're listening to songs that are coming from California, or listening to Bon Jovi and Guns N' Roses, and you go to school and you have to hide that. So it's a really socially, economically very unstable, and politically you also don't have really as much stability. So it's really growing up in Iran. Our joy and the good memories that I have, the really things that we had at home, whether it was watching Western movies and secretly passing around VHS tapes that were illegal, or albums of Bon Jovi, to my friends and listening to them at home. We also had, from my mom's side, we were from a religious minority group, Baha'i faith and Jewish, both sides. And so we also had those restrictions. So it was really a failed state. And if you had older brothers, sisters, if your mom and dad, talk to you about pre-revolution Iran, then you were only hearing good things, that life was easier. Because, they came to the power, they had the war and the economic mismanagement. Their clerics, Ruhollah Khomeini is the first supreme leader. He came into power with a lot of promises of, justice and fairness and social and economic freedom for all. And Iranians quickly realized that these guys, they can't govern. They don't understand economy. They're just bringing in a revolutionary ideology that doesn't really turn into bread and food for Iranians, and has isolated the country, and it's just really not what they thought they would get out of the revolution. Anyway, so dark days. There's a lot I can share, but it was really difficult, the 80s and 90s for most Iranians.
Yeah, I can only imagine. You said that you were listening to Bon Jovi coming through. There was a fair few mentions. So you're listening to Bon Jovi. Are your friends aware that you were listening to Bon Jovi? Are you keeping that a secret from everyone, or is there some sort of level of it's a secret for all of us, but we just can't tell any authority figure about it?
That's exactly what it is. That's the best way to put it. It's really, I have this memory of, in probably my elementary school, my teacher asked me to sing a song, and I was a kid, so I sang the song that I had learned at home, and it was from a singer in California, an Iranian singer in California. And I got into trouble. My parents got into trouble, but everyone in the classroom really enjoyed listening to me singing that song, right? So it's a secret that everyone knows. Everyone had VHS tape players at home. Later on, they had CD players at home, but you had to hide it. They had people started getting satellite dishes to watch Western shows, and the regime would fly helicopters over the cities and identify buildings that they had satellite dishes on the rooftop, and then they would go house to house and collect those satellite dishes, and sometimes people were taken and would be detained for having these satellite dishes. So it was really it's a police state, and they're really strict when it comes to making sure that people were kind of following the Sharia law, the rule of Islam that they were enforcing.
So this is where I'm so interested, because when Western music, when Western movies and thought started coming to Eastern Europe in the Cold War, I mean, after that, the Soviet Union, they've got about 10 years left before the might of the people just overwhelms that of the authority figures.
Yeah, the Iran people, yeah, they very happy.
The Ayatollah, he's in power for 35 years, and then
They play 2 videos and I'm celebrating.
How was the Iranian... When you've got a population that is quite enlightened, when they're quite progressive, they don't believe exactly what their leaders are telling them to believe, and you've got quite a large population in Iran, what is the level of suppression of those people that the government can stay in charge of so many people that hate them?
That's a really good question. So let me share with you my perspective on that. So one, and things have changed, but here's the thing. 20 years ago, if you talk to the ordinary Iranians, and I remember having this conversation in Iran with people in Iran, and if you ask them, well, to what extent are you willing to go on a street and risk your life and risk everything you have for regime change and protest this regime?
Ted,
the answer was,
Come on,
what did we get out of 1979 revolution? What are we going to get out of this one? If there's a revolution, there's another revolution. So there was a sense of discouragement, or a sense of
Jack. Yes, good versus evil. Yes, it is.
Their lives and the little thing that they've had in life for another regime change, and there's another important factor here that some of us forget about this regime. They came to power out of a revolution.
I have no argument. I don't live over there, so I can't say anything. I'm just showing information.
The senior officials
and these people live over there.
To political institutions,
I have no skin in the game.
Regime, they are the revolutionaries in 60s and 70s. These are folks who were detained for years during the previous government pre-1979.
I pray for everybody.
Pahlavi era. There were fugitives. There were thugs. There were revolutionaries. They know. They're experts when it comes to revolutions. So for the past 47 years, they did a really good job taking security steps to prevent a revolution, to make sure that if there is a movement being, taking shape, they can stop it. They can avoid it.
Right, he's right here.
One
lived experience.
That I have, we lived as a child. In my early years of my life until elementary school, I lived only a few blocks. We lived in a house only a few blocks from the Evin prison. It's the most notorious prison. Probably one of the most notorious prisons in Middle East and
let's get to 1500 and beyond. 1500, why not?
We lived only a few blocks from the prison.
Let's get to 1500.
And
or up to 2000, why not?
I remember hearing really loud sounds very early in the early morning, and my dad later on told me that those were actually the sound of fire squads, and they were executing people. But what happened is they moved us all out. They confiscated those houses, and they moved.
No problem, Beaver.
Confiscated those houses in that neighborhood, and then they started moving in families and people who were aligned with the regime. And now looking back, I understand what they were doing. They were moving people who were aligned with the regime to the most strategic locations in the country. That was one of the many, many steps that they were taking to make sure that they're avoiding a situation where these strategic locations could be overtaken by protests. Look at their TV channel. In 1979, one thing that really changed things for Pahlavi government and for the revolutionaries to win over the popular support was
Proud American, baby.
when they took
Thank you for your
over the
service.
TV,
Thank you. Thank you for your family service.
TV,
Thank you.
and they started broadcasting
Blessings to everybody.
their
Blessings.
version of the events, and they told people, "Hey, Shah is gone. Come to the street. We've taken over," and that really encouraged people to finish up with that revolution and turn it into the end of Pahlavi era. They've invested the past 47 years in propaganda on how they can control the flow of information. And I talked to people inside the country. As of today, I heard that they are more focused on blocking the flow of information to the country. They're jamming satellites. They have cut out the internet. They have moved their own websites to the internet. So you and I, we're going to have a hard time find out what they are messaging to their domestic population. And at the same time, we can't really get in touch with them. So it's a flow of information that we really care about. So my point here is they created a very resilience kind of government towards a revolution or a movement that can really pose a serious threat to their existence.
Yeah, and yet here we are. And it's so you bring up there that they've put all of this effort into propaganda. They've owned the state TV. They're constantly broadcasting out how good Iran is, how evil the rest of the world is. And that, with the other side of things, in 1979 isn't really in living memory for a large percentage of Iran's population right now. They don't know what life was like before then. They can hear things. So there's been so many protest movements that are just like they're in the streets and they get shot and it can never get past that, but they still come back and they protest more even though they know the consequences are coming. So where is the dream of a better life coming from? Like, is it just consuming Western media secretly as you did as a child? Is there a big movement within Iran that's sort of homegrown? We're telling people how good it was under the Shah. We will get back there. Where is the protest movement coming from?
Yeah, I mean, it's coming from social and economic pressure that Iranians are feeling every day. And, 20 years ago, Iranians weren't really willing as much to go on the street. And, I would say the middle class in Iran who were managing day-to-day lives and they were managing, their needs, they wouldn't, if you ask them, you would get some kind of a sense of doubt when it came to, a revolution, because they had a bad experience from the 79 revolution. That has changed. I think that Iranians have realized that this is just going to get worse. These guys are not going to be able to turn things around. They realize that this regime is incapable of reforms. I think there were actually maybe a decade that the Iranians were hoping that reforms might bring about some social reforms, social freedom, and potentially some foreign policy directions taken by the regime that would decrease the level of isolation that Iranians are facing. None of that happened. They realized that as long as there is a supreme leader, as long as there is an RGC, as long as this regime is an Islamic Republic, they're just not going to see reforms that would make things better. I think Iranians were hoping that with reform, things are going to get better for them, and they don't have to risk their lives to see another revolution and the risk of seeing what happens after. I think at this point, Iranians had realized that it's either an Islamic Republic or it's a chance of having a better future.
Yeah, which really brings us to Donald Trump's speech on Saturday. And I want to play a clip, but to set it up, this is such an extraordinary departure from Trump's approach to Venezuela. All right, that's probably it is our most recent example of what Trump's foreign policy is, what his temperature for regime change is. In Venezuela, he got Maduro in the middle of the night. There was this upswell.
There you go,
Tech.
They talking about the U.S. There you go.
Democracy. Who's the opposition leader? Trump orders it down. He says, you know what? I don't reckon she's got the support. Being code for the military is not going to support her. But that is such a different tone to the one he struck on Saturday when he talked about the Iran strikes.
Upon all Iranian patriots who yearn for freedom to seize this moment, to be brave, be bold, be heroic, and take back your country. America is with you. I made a promise to you, and I fulfilled that promise. The rest will be up to you, but we'll be there to help.
And what makes that so extraordinary to me is that if Trump gets that wrong and people go into the streets to protest, they go into the streets to take the country back, and the military fights back, that is thousands of bodies in the streets, from Donald Trump's words. And you'd think like that would be the equivalent of Reagan's tear down this wall moments and they build a second story. Like, it would be so humiliating for him. It would completely undo all the legacy in the Middle East he wants. But he must know that. He must think this is the moment. The military might not fight back. What are the chances that Iran can seize the country right now?
Well, I think there was a window that there's a time frame that President Trump actually thought that he can get a deal. They can get an agreement with the Iranians under the pressure that they were under, economically, and the military buildup that President Trump kind of placed around the country. And we have the midterm elections coming up here, and President Trump was hoping that a deal might be more of he can get a better outcome from a deal, and he gave him a really good chance. Trump knew that it was unlikely to get a deal, but he wanted to give it a shot. And I think that's why he was so ready to go in. And I guess, you follow the news and you realize what happened is what I had experienced during my time in the government. What I always say is the Iranian regime is his own worst enemy. They had chances one after another during the Biden administration to get a deal. They were given great options, yet they just pushed for more, or they just wanted to drag the talks for longer, and they failed. And they, that backfired, and they ended up, not getting anything. And here we are, President Trump in the office, and he's not going to fall for that game. I think President Trump he looked at a range of options. It would have been a deal. He hoped that the Iranian regime would accept would be reasonable and offer that was put before them. The other option would have been go in and take out their capabilities, the military capabilities, the missile system, finish up, the nuclear program, at least delay that program for a long time, and give Iranians a chance to go in and take over the political institutions and bring about a change. And, Iran just had some strong round of protest. So if I'm sitting in the White House,
Good morning, Caillou.
and I see that Iranians are ready and willing for regime change, but then they're being suppressed and they're being murdered on the streets, and I have U.S. national security interests that are being threatened by this regime, then I would count on the Iranians to go and take the country back if this regime is weakened in a way that it can't kill, it can't suppress the people as much as it has in the past.
Thank you guys for being in the chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Like and subscribe.
So I think President Trump just went for that, and I think the Iranians, there's a very good chance that as soon as the strikes are over, you're going to see Iranians seizing the moment and pushing for regime change. And one last thing, I hear from inside the country that the security forces of the Islamic Republic are now more focused on controlling the population, avoiding or preventing.
That's for the people who didn't subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe.
Or uprisings.
If you haven't.
As opposed to going to the help of people who are being targeted by
Appreciate it.
These days, or focusing on reconstruction or working on defensive measures that they need to develop during these strikes. They're more focused on avoiding another round of uprisings because they know it's coming.
Yeah, and that to me speaks to the point you were making earlier about it being a paper tiger, because that's the actions of a paranoid regime, not a powerful one. That's a regime that doesn't have its affairs in order, that knows that they're hanging on by a thread, and they're more interested in self-defense than actually, self-defense against their own people rather than self-defense against themselves. So you brought up that Iran is a paper tiger. When you were with the US Treasury, you were quite influential in designing the sanctions that went against Iran. I just want to know, one of the Donald Trump's central theses for why this action was so necessary was that he did not feel that Iran was never going to get a nuclear weapon, that they were going to stand down on it. Do you echo those thoughts? Was Iran ever going to get to a nuclear position, and were they ever going to abandon those plans?
Here's what I can offer. It's difficult to predict, but you look at the past and policies of this regime, and you can have a good guess. They spent close to at least hundreds of billions of dollars, if not $1 trillion, on the nuclear program. It's only produced less than 1% of electricity for them. It has not turned into any pharmaceutical, meaningful research and development program for them. It's nothing but the tool to blackmail the international community. It's really closely tied to the revolutionary ideology. It doesn't have economic justification. It doesn't have political justification. It's really what it is. It's another revolutionary ambition that they have. So you look at that, then it's unavoidable to be worried about whether this regime would consider quickly moving towards a weaponization of the program. And by the way, this program was a nuclear weapon program, and they had invested time and resource in developing an understanding of how to get to a nuclear weapon. And at the same time, they're developing ballistic missile technology that really is just nothing but, it doesn't have a whole lot of justification for them other than capability that they need to deliver nuclear weapons. So all the signs point to this, really reasonable concern that these guys are, they can at any moment make a decision to move towards a nuclear weapon. And it would be very scary for not just for the international community, but for the Iranians themselves. What I kept hearing from ordinary Iranians, is that they don't want to turn into a North Korea, that with a nuclear weapon, and they're stuck, fully isolated. And I think President Trump's concerns were very reasonable. That this, a nuclear program that has no justification other than a tool for blackmail the international community, and a threshold nuclear weapon program is very dangerous to be left in Iran with this regime.
Here we go.
Everyone in Iran is Muslim, for your information. Everyone.
For all my Iranian followers who love me, I know that this person doesn't stand for you. I know this isn't a real Iranian. This is a paid shill. Are you Iranian? Are you supportive of the IRGC?
You mean my government?
Yeah.
Even if there was someone
Again,
who
I got no
was
skin in
not
the game. I
supporting
love America, but
during this
he got
attack
skin in the
of Israel
game, so
to
check
Iran,
him
they
out.
are supporting
Once
Iran.
again, he
How do you
lives
feel
there.
about Hamas and Hezbollah and all the terrorist groups in the Middle East?
Terrorist is the one who is killing 30 kids, not nation.
There's 2
Tech,
billion
he's in Iran right
Muslims
now.
in the Middle East.
He's
How
right
is
there
this
with
world
the shit.
dominating? This is some insane IRGC propaganda.
And this was uploaded 7 minutes ago. So
They have an urge.
let's see what's going on.
Other countries.
So okay, wait, pause. So why Lebanon has killed 380,000 people? Why Syria has killed 500,000 people? Wait, why Iraq? Why Iran killed 1 million people?
1948.
Why Iran killed 1 million people? Iran?
Millions of Palestinians.
Did they train you? Is this some Khomeini bullshit? Did they train you to come on here?
No, listen.
This is
listen,
wild, bro. This is wild. I'm shocked right now. Hey,
Hello.
I like your hair.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
Hey, Tech, I don't know if he support Trump or not. I don't know, but I know he's in Iran with the bullshit going on. He's right there with it. So, Tech, check his channel out, see what's going on. He knows what's more about what's going on. I don't know.
Guess where you're from?
I'm just sharing it with you guys.
I have no idea.
How you going against what this man going through?
Food?
He's right there with it, Tech.
Oh, that if I say that, you think you're gonna know?
Your accent sounds a little Latina. You're Latina?
I do teach Latin dance, but I'm not Latina.
Are you Iranian? Are you Persian?
Yes.
Did I get it? Yeah?
Why are you crying? Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so fucking good. That's crazy. What the fuck? I got it?
I was crying while saying it. You were like,
You made me emotional.
oh my
wow,
God.
I'm so.
But that was before you getting to know.
Wait, you're Persian?
Yeah, I'm Persian.
Oh my God, I'm so fucking good. That's crazy. I'm so good at this.
Okay,
That's
crazy. Enough of that.
Tech, she Persian. What's going on, Tech?
I love Persian. You know, my grandpa was born in Iran.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. In Urmia, next
Which
to Tabriz.
Ooh, Turkish people.
I don't know if, they're Jewish, so they're not really Turkish. They're not really Iranian, they're Jewish.
She's Iran and she doesn't agree with this guy. Oh, that's good. That's why I'm showing it.
I don't think the religion has anything with nationality. So they are Iranian. How does it matter?
Because they were born there before, I think Iran was, established as a country. It was, when Urmia was just at some point it switched hands from the USSR. Sometimes it was Iran. Sometimes it was Ottoman Empire area. So that area switched hands many times. This was 1800s or 1890 when my great-grandfather was there.
All right. I know what to do.
Okay, the Tabriz area which you're talking about, it was never moved. Okay, so
but not Tabriz, Urmia, more north.
Urmia, which is under
Azerbaijan.
Okay,
I think it's Azerbaijan, Iran.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you from in Iran?
I'm from Tehran.
But you don't live there now. You live in America?
No, I'm in Tehran.
No.
Yeah.
The UN has said multiple times they're not starving. I have a question. Are you in support of the IRGC? Do you support Khomeini?
You mean my government?
Yeah.
You mean my government?
Yeah.
I think even if there was someone who was not supporting him during this attack of Israel to Iran, they are supporting him now. That was bad. Very bad move from Israel.
This is fascinating. This is so fascinating.
No, it's not. It's not Iran only. It is the whole world. To be honest, everybody woke up.
How do you feel about Hamas and Hezbollah and all the terrorist groups in the Middle East?
Terrorist, I guess. You want me to be honest with you, right?
Please.
Okay. I guess terrorist is the one who's killing 30 kids, not for keeping their survival. Okay, it's not now for we want to survive. That's why we are killing these kids. Now it's for domination. Okay.
So how does Israel
for
dominate?
2 years? Like how does it? How you tell me? How?
No, you tell me real quick. How does
all
Israel?
these innocent
How does
people
Israel
is not
dominate?
being a terrorist.
Wait.
Okay, well,
How does Israel dominate?
Israel
Please.
killing 30,000 kids
Please.
during 2 years is not being a terrorist.
There is two.
But Hamas, which is a
This is some insane IRGC propaganda.
Hamas is from 20 years. Hamas is for 20 years, isn't it?
Wait, real quick. How is Israel dominating? Real quick. There's 2 billion Muslims in the Middle East. How is Israel dominating?
Okay. The thing is not about amount. It's the same thing we always say.
So let's ask some tough questions real quick. Calm down the propaganda. Calm it down real quick. Wait, let's ask some tough questions.
You asked me a question.
You answered. You gave a good answer. You don't need to talk forever. Let's wait.
Okay.
Let's
Is that the Muslims? None of these Muslim countries, they have an urge to attack any other country.
So okay, wait, pause. So why Lebanon has killed 380,000 people? Why Syria has killed 500,000 people? Wait, why Iraq? Why Iran killed 1 million people?
1948.
Why Iran killed 1 million people?
Amazing.
Iran.
Thank you, guys.
Did they train you? Is this some Khomeini bullshit? Did they train you to come on here?
No, listen.
This is wild, bro. This is wild. I'm shocked right now.
On this, you cannot change anything with shouting.
This is wild. I've never encountered anything like this before.
Okay, first of all, I have a question.
Anything? Ask me.
But you said your grandmother and father was born in Iran, right?
Actually, one grandparent was in Iraq, one grandparent Turkey, one grandparent Iran.
Okay, so your roots are basically mixed from Iraq, Iran, and Turkey.
Yes, but when I DNA tested myself, what does it say?
DNA test is banned in Israel.
No, it's not. I have 2 DNA tests right here above my head. It's not banned in Israel. This is more of your propaganda. I did my DNA test in Israel. I have 2 DNA tests right here in my shelf. Right here. I'm looking at them right now. You can do as many DNA tests if you want.
Can I look at it too?
I have 2 DNA tests right here.
Okay, so what it says?
My DNA test said 99% from here. Canaanite. 99%.
So what happened to those? What happened to
because,
those,
like I told you,
Iraqi
because like I told you, I'm not actually Iranian. I'm not actually Iraqi. I'm not actually Turkish. My grandparents were born there, but all their life, they moved around from place to place to place. It's not that they're from this place, but originally the DNA is from one place. It's from Israel.
So they kept marrying, from Israel all these generations till now.
There was a little bit, like that's why it's 99. It's like 98 point something percent.
That's 99, sweetheart. 99 is very. I don't know what to say. Like even they take a test from me right now, who is in Iran. Okay, I will have not 99.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a mix there. It's a tiny bit of a mix. There's like some 0.01% Roman, 0.01% Greek.
This is what you do.
This is my job, and I'm surprised that Khomeini has put you here to also do this. It's crazy.
With me?
Yes.
Look, listen. I've been outside of my country. Okay, can you see how I speak English?
Yes, okay. Amazing English.
I have been outside of my country studying cultures. I studied Arabic, I studied English, I studied Farsi, my own language, not like how to write and read, the poetry, the history of the language, okay? And what I'm telling you is not like what I've been fed from. This is what I felt. This is
okay,
not right.
You can also be retarded.
Okay,
it's not you can also be stupid. It's not like you can
Who can be stupid? Okay.
You can also travel the world and also be an idiot. I know many people like this. I traveled around the world.
You are not putting me down by abusing me or calling me stupid.
No, God
This is
forbid.
just
I would never want to.
yourself down. Okay.
I would never want to put you down, Habibti. It's not about putting you down.
This is best of all. I'm not Arab. Okay.
It's not about putting you down.
It's Azizam. If you want to call
Azizam, it's not about putting. It's not putting you down.
Okay.
But I can call you an idiot if you're being.
Check the other video, the 2 videos I showed you. He was in Iran. This one I don't know. 6 minutes ago.
Your country literally.
Well, it's what? 17 minutes ago.
Your country literally executes women for not wearing the hijab. Your country executes women for not putting on the hijab.
Millions of Palestinians.
Oh yes, we've killed millions of Palestinians. I love it. I love it when you guys say this. Hey Google.
Not only killing them.
How many millions of Palestinians has Israel killed?
Google.
Google's not good. No problem. Who should we ask? Google's not good. Who should I ask? So ChatGPT, is that good or also owned by the Jews?
I believe Palestinian people are fine. The resources of pro-Palestinian activities are fine.
Let's ask Google just so we can make sure your propaganda.
Check, all I'm doing is showing stuff. I'm not.
How many millions of Palestinians have been killed by Israel?
No skin in the game.
Some people who Google introduced you as a fraud.
Approximately 134,000 Palestinians and Arabs have been killed inside and outside Palestine
since 1948. Since 1948, almost 100 years.
Oh, really?
134,000. 134,000. Since 1948. You said millions.
This is the number. No. This is not the Google news. I'm not getting my news from Google. I don't know the generation whose information come from Google. Okay.
So where do you want me to search it? I will search anywhere you want me to search. Tell me where.
No, it is the information.
How should I give you the number? How should I give you the number?
I will tell you. Are you open to listen?
Absolutely. With you, anything.
Information we get.
Yeah.
Okay. When I want to search a news, I will not Google it. And I will not the first thing is that.
So you check Al Jazeera?
I will open both sides. I will open both side news.
Okay.
Okay.
Where do you want to check how many millions?
If you want to have a healthy conversation, stop mocking.
I have to mock you a little bit. You deserve it.
You cannot. No.
I will. How many millions?
Who is killing 30,000 kids during 2 years?
And you guys execute women. And you guys execute women for not wearing a hijab. We've seen it on camera. And you guys bombed innocent civilians. You guys killed your IRGC, your Khomeini, Habibti, Azizam, your Khomeini.
I don't wear hijab. It's 2 years I don't wear hijab.
Your Khomeini murdered Palestinians. Murdered.
Stop lying.
I will not stop. I will not stop. You listen to me. Your Iran has murdered Palestinians. You guys murdered Palestinians. You kill Palestinians. I was here when you killed the Palestinians. When you guys launched your rockets, you killed Palestinians.
As much as you know.
You killed 4 women. 4 Palestinian women.
Listen,
you killed 4. Hey Google.
The truth.
How many Palestinians or Arab Israelis were killed by Iran?
I cannot deal with someone who's bad. The information is Google. You know this.
Iranian missiles strikes on the Arab city of Tyranny in northern Israel on June 14th, 2025. Killed at least 4 Palestinian Israeli women from the same family.
That's your country. Your country. Shut up. Have some respect. Have some respect for that.
You are calling me shut up. And
I am, of course. You have to shut up and learn something.
Shut up.
You have no respect.
Shut the fuck up.
Azizam, you have no respect.
How do you have respect?
You have no respect for the dead Palestinians. You only stand on their body. You're nothing else. Your government, June 14th. Look, even when I tried to tell you about the women your country killed, you can't even let me say it. On June 14th, your country launched a rocket and murdered 4 Palestinian women in their home. 4. Direct rocket. And before that, in April, I was here when your country launched a rocket and killed a Palestinian Gazan. And before that, your country also launched a rocket and killed a Bedouin girl. Actually, it's worse. You didn't kill her. You put her into a coma. She was 7 years old. Have some fucking respect. You launch rockets in my country? and then you kill my neighbors, the Palestinians who I love, and you sit in Iran and pretend to me.
Saying the biggest joke in the world.
And you pretend to me. Who's the one launching rockets at Palestinians?
You know, you genocide.
Who's the one killing Palestinians? Who's the one killing Palestinians?
You know what videos I see from Israel?
Did your government launch that rocket? Answer the question. Answer the question. Hey, Khomeini, answer the question. Khomeini, answer the question, Khomeini. Khomeini, I'm not interested in what you're saying. Khomeini, answer the question. Hey, Khomeini, did you guys launch rockets at Palestinian women? Yes or no? All right, we'll put her down on mute real quick. I hope you know I'm recording, by the way. This is definitely going on the internet. It's some crazy shit, man. Did you guys launch rockets at Palestinians? Did you launch rockets at Palestinians? Did you launch rockets at Palestinians? Yes or no? Did your government launch rockets at Palestinians and kill them? Did you kill 4 Palestinian women? Yes or no? Yes or no? Answer the question. Answer the question. Are you locked outside? I'm coming. Did you kill them? Yes or no? Did you launch rockets at them?
Of course not.
So what? So from a unicorn? Have some fucking
respect. Of them every day. Very boring.
Have some goddamn respect. Your country launched a rocket and killed 4 women.
Did you get your food delivery?
4 women you guys murdered.
Did you get your food delivery?
4 women. 4 women.
Did you get your food delivery?
And look at you, by the way. Have you no shame? You should be ashamed of yourself. Your country on camera multiple times.
Ashamed of myself.
You should be ashamed. Not even of your country. Not even of your country. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I went through 12 days of war and danger for some innocent people in the world because we are the only country who's
killing Palestinians with ballistic missiles. By the way, remember that time where you killed Palestinians?
Okay.
Remember that time where you launched a missile and killed Palestinians? Wait, do you kill Palestinians? But do you kill them? But do you kill them? But do you kill them?
By the fight,
but do you kill them? But do you kill them?
You have a proof that Iran has nuclear weapons.
Listen to me. Do you kill Palestinians?
You are not fighting for your land.
Hey,
you guys are fighting for domination.
Do you kill Palestinians?
In the Middle East.
Do you kill Palestinians?
You are fighting for the domination
this
in the Middle East.
This is insane, man. This is some straight up IRGC propaganda.
You are going to Lebanon because you believe that all
this is literally talking points to the IRGC. This is crazy. I never thought I would find this.
Your problem is not Khamenei.
Okay, so what's our problem?
Not Khamenei.
What's our problem?
Your problem is not Iranian Islamic Republic.
What is it?
Okay.
You love the Islamic Republic, right? Are you Muslim, by the way?
Even before.
Are you Muslim?
Everyone in Iran is Muslim, for your information. Everyone.
Dude, you're gonna make me so much money with this clip. I fucking love you.
Listen.
By the way, this is all going online. I stopped recording. I'm recording again.
You know this, okay? I am recording you too.
How many Palestinians did you kill?
Okay, wait.
How many Palestinians did you kill? No. Hold on. How many Palestinians did you kill? How many Palestinians did Iran kill?
Do you think how many
Answer the question.
Generals? How many
Answer the question. Have respect. Have respect for my Palestinian neighbors.
You didn't let me speak. You just
Of course, I can't let somebody like you speak.
I shouting and like.
How many Palestinians have you killed?
God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth.
How many Palestinians have you killed?
Are you having 2 ears and 1 mouth?
Tech, I'm letting them cook on it. I'm letting them do their thing. Tech, I'm right here.
Many Palestinians has
right
the
here.
IRGC killed.
I'm letting them do their thing.
If you want to get me, listen to
Let's put her on mute real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, this right here, this person does not stand for Iran. This person is not Iranian. This person is not Persian. This is a fake shell of what's left of the IRGC's death roll as they try to control the Middle East. This right here is the full brunt of the propaganda of the IRGC. I know for all my Persian followers, for all my Iranian followers who love me, I know that this person doesn't stand for you.
And Tech, you notice the description I put down, liberals don't know the the liberals don't know the difference between Persian and Arabs. So I'm just showing something about the liberals.
I know this isn't a real
But they don't
Iranian.
know.
This is a paid shill scumbag by the IRGC who's fighting for Islamic dominance. And you know how she sold herself? When I asked her, are you Muslim? And she goes, everyone in Iran is Muslim. That's the biggest bullshit I've ever heard in my life. We know that over 80% of Iran no longer believes in this disgusting version of Islam that's been forced upon them. And look how she keeps going. I am 100% certain this must be a ploy by the IRGC at this point to get people somehow get their information, maybe kill Israelis.
Once again, I'm an American. I have no skin in the game over there. I'm just showing you guys what's going on. You take it from there.
It has to be a ploy. This has to be something hired by the government. This is absolutely wild. Let's bring her back.
On my side.
What'd you say? Sorry?
I did the same for you.
Fantastic.
You was on mute and I said everything I
How much are they paying you? How much are they paying you to do this?
Listen, I'm a student.
How much do they pay? How much do they pay you to come on here? How much do they pay you to come on here?
In India. Okay.
In India?
I'm without hijab. Okay, yes.
How much do they pay you to come on here?
I study languages. I am an artist. I'm a Latin dancer.
1 second. Okay. Latin. Put the Latin dancer on the side for a second.
Latin dancer.
How much do they pay you to come on here?
Side because I want to show the world.
No, I will not put on this side. How much are they paying you to do this?
Like, listen.
Answer the questions, lady.
Which anyone have a opposite.
Shiva, answer the questions. How much are they paying you?
That they are paid.
How much are they paying you to come on here?
Okay, listen.
How much are they paying you to come on here and spread this cancer?
I teach bachata.
Nobody cares about your bachata. None of us care.
Okay.
We don't care. We don't care about what you teach Zumba.
I haven't
you support the oppression of women and killing Palestinians. We don't care about your bachata.
I speak English.
We don't care about your English either. We don't care.
You don't care.
You support killing women. You support killing women in their homes.
Kids. You could kill 30,000 kids, innocent kids. You starving them to death.
This is
How
wild,
can you
man.
not
I've
see
never
it?
seen anything like
How
this
you
before.
cannot see the starvation? The leg is as much as my finger from the starvation.
Can you name one?
You are killing them when they are going to get food.
Can you name one?
Them.
Can you name
when
one?
they are going to get AIDS,
Can you name?
them.
Can you name one?
You are trying to go to
Can you name one?
Syria, Lebanon, and now you came to Iran without we even know
Can you name one?
You attacked us. Now we gave you back, and you are making lies.
Can you name?
Put your country.
Can you name one?
As a victim, you are never a victim.
Can you name one Palestinian?
You are always the war criminal.
Can you name one Palestinian that's been killed? Can you name one Palestinian that's been killed? Just one name.
Listen, there's a list of them. They put the shoes in.
They never. By the way, look at this. How many times have I done this test? How many times have I done this test? Even the IRGC hasn't paid her enough to remember the name of the Palestinians. I can name you 3 right now. Off the top of my head, I can probably even go more if I can remember. But I want you guys to remember the irony when you see this clip. We've talked to hundreds of Muslims at this point, hundreds of Muslims, and not one of them can name a single dead Palestinian, but all they do is talk about the thousands of dead Palestinians all day, every day, but they can never say the name of one. And imagine how easy it is to just literally open your phone and Google. You just have to go on the Instagram page, Eyes of Palestine. You'll find 15 dead Palestinians.
If I made a mistake, I'm going to correct it. If I did say he was in Iran, my bad. But if he's in Israel, all I know is they bombing over there. That's what he said, and they bombing, and he had to go to his shelter.
And their names immediately. But imagine, they don't care so much. They're so propagandized.
And again, Tech, number one, I played 2 videos, so you missed the first one anyway.
They can't even bother to remember one single Palestinian name. Not one. I've remembered 3 off the top of my head because it actually matters to me. But not one. And Khomeini's propagandist keeps going.
48 till now. It's not 1, 2 names.
Can you name
it's
one?
A genocide.
Can you name one?
It's a genocide.
Can you name one?
Genocide.
Can you name
it's
one?
Not one that
can you name one?
It's a genocide.
Can you give one name of one
genocide.
one name?
Google it. You haven't Googled, no?
I remember. I have 3. Can I tell?
Name me the kids.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you one name?
Bring in the fucking
Can I tell you one name? Can I tell you one name I have in my head? It's okay if I tell you a story, or will you listen? Can you listen?
A story?
I tell you a story.
I will listen to reality.
Okay, let me tell you reality. On October 7th, 2023, there was an Arab boy. His name is Awad Darawshi. Arab, Muslim, okay? Muslim guy. He was the driver of an ambulance. You can, if you don't believe me, you can look it up on YouTube. You can look it up on Facebook. No Google, because I know you're retarded. Instagram, whatever works for you. Just look up the name.
Retarded is your information.
Okay, so now you're disrespecting a dead Muslim. But let's keep going, because you have no respect, obviously, for Muslim people who die. Awad Darawshi was an ambulance driver.
You can do your propaganda as much as you can, but
yes, Khomeini is paying very good for you. Let's be honest. Awad Darawshi.
Khomeini is dead for your information.
Khomeini, I'm so sorry.
Okay, baby, thanks for that.
It's so hard to remember.
I stand corrected. If I'm wrong, I stand corrected.
I really apologize.
And speak about
I apologize.
You know that Khomeini is dead.
I apologize that I can't.
You are that stupid. You are that stupid. You even don't know Khomeini is dead. He's fucking 50 years dead.
Azizam, I genuinely.
You take me from another world.
Azizam,
you take me from another world.
Can you listen?
You have such a good information to sit over there.
Wait, I have a good joke. I want to say this joke.
Don't know he's dead.
Can I say? I'm so sorry.
He's dead even.
I'm so sorry.
You don't know he's dead. You talking about some leader who's 40, 50
I feel like I'm talking to myself. This is how I argue with people.
You cannot talk about anyone.
I'm telling you, I'm sorry. I got his name confused. I'm sorry that I can't remember. I'm sorry I can't remember the difference in one letter between your two supreme retards.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry.
I'm human.
I'm so
I'm here to
sorry.
learn and make mistakes and improve. Thank you for understanding.
You
don't respect the death of Muslims. You won't even let me tell you what happened to the Muslims.
Khomeini was dead 40, 50 years back.
I'm so sorry I can't.
I'm getting paid by a dead person.
I'm so sorry I can't remember the name of your dead retarded leader who dresses the same as your other dead retarded leader.
You should be sorry for.
I am so sorry.
If they have a different opinion and they are trying to protect the country.
This is not a different opinion, bitch. This is not a different opinion. You are getting paid by an evil dictator. This is not a different opinion. This is cancer.
If you don't give me a proof, I will sue you.
This is cancer.
Give me a proof.
Sue me, baby. Try me. Come sue me. Let's see you sue me.
Okay.
If you.
That's okay. You can't months imprison me, you fucking fake terrorist cosplaying children. You're spoiled Americans on the side of a terrorist regime because you're afraid and hateful of a country that's the size of New Jersey. I'm not scared. I'm not scared
Just hold on.
cosplaying white people. I'm afraid of the smell of you because none of you have showered. So you were just in the crowd basically calling them spoiled Americans. Why? These are a bunch of truthfully spoiled Americans who live in one of the most materialistically successful countries in the world, and they're
Just hold on.
supporting a regime, not the Iranian people, a regime that weaponizes rape and murder against civilians in another country. There's no connection to any of these people. None of them are Iranian. None of them, as far as I can see, are Palestinian. These are American kids who woke up one day, maybe learned a little bit of questionable history on TikTok, and now they chose this as something to build a fake identity around because they feel guilty that they're bored. I don't know.
Are you from the Middle East?
I am. I grew up in America, but my family is Israeli of Lebanese Jewish background. My family never left the Middle East. We are Jews from Lebanon, which is
For an interview. Mizrahi Jews, baby. Mizrahi Jews. They are the answer. I'm telling you.
Hold on.
Proud of you, my brother. You are my brother, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Thank you for using your voice. Thank you for using your family story. I appreciate the shit out of you, bro. Appreciate the fuck out of you. Anybody?
Americans who live in one of the most materialistically successful countries in the world.
Hold on.
Sue me. If you sue me, I'm suing you. You gotta fix my goddamn window.
If you don't give me a proof that I'm being paid,
if you sue me,
I will
come sue me. I dare you to sue me. I want to sue you for my fucking window. Come fix my window.
Give me a proof.
Fix my goddamn window. Y'all exploded my goddamn window. Come fix that shit.
Give me a proof on page. Give me a proof on page to protect my country.
Protect your country. Protect. Who are you? Who are you protecting your country from on Only TV?
Who is a terrorist government? Who is a war?
And your government is not a terrorist government.
You are a war criminal.
And you are a war criminal. And you, Azizam, you are a war criminal.
Your hands are.
You are.
You are putting your
and you are also kebab.
Kids and eating, okay?
And you also are starving, and you are killing, and you are genocide. Yes, you are killing, and if you are killing, and you are murdering, and you are killing, and you are murdering.
People like you.
Listen, try to learn something before you go. Here's a little quick story for this.
Good, Mike.
You learn. At least try to respect. You've already shit on all the Muslims I brought up here today to talk about. But try to.
So this what happened right here, Tech.
There we go. Missile warning. Sorry, guys. I gotta go. I'll pause the video. I'll come back hopefully after the bombs. See you guys in a bit. Guess who's back? Back again.
So I apologize on that one.
Just a little bit of respect.
He can't mention about the bomb shelter.
Okay, you call me names, everything
you deserve it. I promise you deserve it.
And you know what?
I promise you that you deserve it.
That is like the worst. That is like the worst way of speaking. It shows your level. It shows your class.
No,
it's all good. Lost a subscriber. It's all good.
You blew up my window.
Okay, this shows your people.
You blew up my window. There's no class anymore, Habibti. Okay. There's no more class. You blew up my window. You exploded my window. There's no more class. Come fix my window, then I'll have some respect for you. Come fix my window. Fix my window that your country blew up, and I'll have the respect for you. Come fix my goddamn window, and then I'll have some respect for you. So come fix my window, and we can have some respect.
Who started the war?
You.
Thank you, Beaver. Thank you.
Who started the war? Ask your money from who started.
No, I want my money from you.
No,
I want my money from you.
Have a good one. Blessings. Thank you. Have a blessed one.
It kind of looks a little bit like a robot, right? It looks a little scary. Does this kind of look a little bit like CGI? I know she's a real person, but this is a little bit scary, no? This is some straight up. It's actually so fascinating. Look at her. They definitely put her up to task. I'm just imagine what kind of training. What have we just discovered here? This is, sometimes the internet gives you a golden gem on a platter. Look how she keeps going too. This is training. Maybe this is just Persians. I don't know. My Persian followers, you can tell me if this is how hard-headed Persians are. I don't know. You can tell me. I'm not a real Persian. I'm only 1/4. But this seems some like professional grade training to have this fucking back and forth. I've never had anybody on here bat in the ring with me like this. This is some next level shit. Usually people give up and they skip. Look at her. Look at her keep going. This is fascinating shit right here. I think we're going to have to put out a report on this. We're going to have to upload this to YouTube. We're going to have to upload this to Twitter. Be like, look what the IRGC is up to. This is some crazy shit, man. This is absurd.
Right. I cannot wait.
Try to learn one quick thing before you leave.
Now you can learn one quick sentence.
Okay, she's back.
Free Palestine.
There you go.
From to the river
to the sea. Fantastic. Okay.
Free Palestine.
And she skips like a bitch. Ladies and gentlemen. Goddamn, the IRGC is really out here.
Well, General Donovan and I are pleased to welcome all of you to Southern Command this morning. I'm honored to be the first Secretary of War to lead a hemispheric defense conference like this in more than 30 years. This conference is about you. This conference is about us. This conference is not called the America's Counter-Cartel Conference. It's the America's Counter-Cartel Conference. This is about what we together can do. It's been more than 200 years since our nation struggled for independence from foreign rule. The War of 1812 was about the United States defending its independence and protecting.
Subscribe.
A 47-year-old Carolinian who was a major general in the Army, as was mentioned, Andrew Jackson, defeated a British army almost double the size. Addressing his troops after victory at the Battle of New Orleans, Jackson declared, "Natives of different states acting together for the first time have reaped the fruits of an honorable union." His success galvanized a young country. In 1816, our country elected a Revolutionary War hero as president. James Monroe fought in the Continental Army, leading a charge against German mercenaries fighting for the British. The enemy fired a musket ball at him. It severed his artery and he almost died. But the young captain rallied and grew to be governor of Virginia, Secretary of War, and one of our greatest presidents. In 1823, President Monroe said that the United States owed the success of that young country to the candor and amicable relations with other powers to affirm our national policy. President Monroe declared, "We should consider any attempt on malign countries to extend their system to any portion of this hemisphere as dangerous to our peace and safety." It was the Monroe Doctrine of 1823. And today, some 200 years later, we still marvel at the wisdom of President Monroe's declaration. We, like you, want borders and sovereign territories that are secure. We want unfettered access to key terrain and trade so that our nations can industrialize. And we want to prevent external powers from threatening our peace and independence in our shared neighborhood. This is the essence of the Monroe Doctrine. No external power will interfere in this hemisphere. Ours should be a region of strong, sovereign nations. It's the same principle that animates President Trump's defense approach today. President Trump and his Department of War are ushering in a new era of homeland and hemispheric defense, rooted in the unique heritage of our nation and your nations. Under President Trump, we restored the Department of War. You see, the Department of War was established by General George Washington and served our nation from its founding through our hard-fought victory in World War II. Many of your countries also once had ministries of war. Under President Trump, our nation has a newfound resolve that our founders would recognize, as Stephen alluded to and spoke to. They would recognize it, and they would appreciate it. We are at long last putting America, Americans, and the Americas first, ensuring peace through strength and restoring common sense. At our department, we're doing it by restoring the warrior ethos, rebuilding our military to historic levels, and reestablishing deterrence in this hemisphere and around the world. For too long, leaders in Washington and their foreign policy functionaries abandoned the simple wisdom of the Monroe Doctrine. They were consumed with the United States only going abroad. They ignored the warnings of President John Quincy Adams, who said that if our nation went overseas only in search of monsters to destroy, that we would cease to be the ruler of our own spirit and our own backyard. Under previous leaders, we grew obsessed with every other theater and every other border in the world except our own. These elites reduced our power and presence in this hemisphere, opting for a benign neglect that was anything but benign. In your countries, many leaders accepted the status quo to coexist with narco-terrorism, or for law enforcement, or for a law enforcement alone approach that failed to deter and dismantle threats. Same happened in our country under the previous administration. And the result of this collective neglect was fatal. More than 1 million Americans were killed by fentanyl, cocaine, and other drugs. Numbers greater than any casualties we've sustained in war. Millions of illegal aliens invaded our borders and destabilized nations across the hemisphere. Under Joe Biden's administration, the human smuggling industry exploded by more than 2,000%. From a $500 million so-called industry in 2018 to $13 billion by 2022. Cartels of terrorists across our hemisphere, enabled by adversaries, created and profited from chaos. What creates chaos? No leadership creates chaos. In our nation, narco-terrorist groups like Tren de Aragua prospered. They raped, they poisoned, they murdered innocent Americans. They terrorized our cities, our towns, and our neighborhoods like they do yours. Across this region, these gangsters control and terrorize large swaths of your territories, kill thousands of your people, and promote chaos that makes normal life sometimes almost impossible. Crime has spiked massively. Our hemisphere has 1/8 of the population, yet 1/3 of the violent crime. There's a reason for that. America's retreat from protecting its citizens and the complacency of many neighbors in this hemisphere was a great betrayal. That's what it was, a great betrayal against our people and our nations. Well, President Trump recognizes the wisdom of the Monroe Doctrine, and the days of us betraying and endangering our own citizens are finished. President Trump has reestablished the Monroe Doctrine, the Trump corollary of the Monroe Doctrine, or if you'd like, for short, you can just call it the Monroe Doctrine. Under President Trump, securing America's interest in the Western Hemisphere and keeping our homeland safe are our top national security priorities. The President's historic national defense strategy ensures that the Department of War will prioritize resources around the threats and objectives that are core to homeland defense and the people and prosperity of the American people. And to start, the Department of War is once again defending our borders as a priority of our national defense. With our law enforcement partners, we are defending our borders and making our streets safe again. Crossings at our southern border, at the U.S.-Mexico border, have dropped to the lowest number in history. Murders nationwide have plummeted by more than 20%. We now have operational control of our southern border. 0 people are crossing our southern border. We will not rest until we have complete operational control of every inch of all of our borders. So it starts with us. We're addressing it, but we're not stopping there. Under President Trump, for the first time in history, the Department of War is on the offense against narco-terrorists as well. I should back up a step, though. In order to get 100% operational control of our border, we didn't just look at Border Patrol and say, that's your job. It's a law enforcement function. We deployed the United States military. Right now, the Division Command of the 101st Airborne is in operational control of the southern border. We ensured that the most capable assets we had in our country were deployed to our own border to defend that border against the narco-terrorists and drug dealers seeking to enter our country, not treating it simply as a law enforcement function, working with our partners, but recognizing it's a core military function. But going on offense with Operation Southern Spear has restored deterrence against the narco-terrorist cartels that profited from poisoning Americans. Last month, we went a few weeks without targeting a single boat. Why? Well, because we couldn't find a whole lot of boats to sink. And that's the whole point, is to establish deterrence from narco-terrorists who have been able to traffic almost unfettered. And if the consequence was simply to be arrested and then released, well, that's a consequence they'd already priced in a long time ago. A new dynamic had to be put in motion in order for their decision cycle to change. And when adversaries are forced to move out of comfortable positions, as you know, as military men and women, they're more vulnerable when they're moving in a different direction, which is also the point. Drug overdoses that kill our citizens have dropped. Flows of fentanyl, a weapon of mass destruction, are down 56%. We will continue to destroy these threats. In January, U.S. forces raided and arrested the most dangerous house and the most dangerous compound inside the most fortified fort in the capital city of Caracas of 2 indicted individuals, Nicolas Maduro and his wife, fugitives of the U.S. law. Operation Absolute Resolve showed the bravery of America's best, our warfighters. Nobody can do what the United States of America can do. It's not even close. President Trump has shown what is possible when you reject the status quo delusion that threats to our homeland and our hemisphere are somehow secondary. America is prepared to take on these threats and go on the offense alone if necessary. However, it is our preference, and it is the goal of this conference, that in the interest of this neighborhood, we all do it together with you, with our neighbors and with our allies who are eager and willing and capable. To do this, to work together, we must first acknowledge what was lost and then understand what needs to be restored. All the nations represented in this room are offsprings of Western civilization. Our nations are and always will be united by our heritage, our history, and geography in this new world. We share the same interests. And because of this, we face an essential test. Whether our nations will be and remain Western nations with distinct characteristics, Christian nations under God. Proud of our shared heritage with strong borders and prosperous people ruled not by violence and chaos, but by law, order, and common sense. Or whether we are permanently torn apart by something else, led astray by competing forces, radical narco-communism and anarcho-tyranny, which threaten our people, borders, and sovereign lands in the name of a false sovereignty or a false peace. Uncontrolled mass migration, which overwhelms domestic resources intended for deserving citizens and drives unchecked crime and unchecked violence. Or the belief in so-called globalism that seeks to erase our distinct national identities in the name of tolerance, erase our borders in the name of compassion, and erase our warrior ethos and that which makes us strong in the name of so-called diversity and political correctness. One of the dumbest phrases in military history, which used to be echoed from the former Defense Department in the previous administration, they would say it over and over and over again, was our diversity is our strength. It's the single dumbest phrase in military history. Because what is our strength is our unity. Our strength is in our shared purpose, in the training we do together, the capabilities we have to do, we can do together. In our context, the Constitution we swear an oath to defend together, the uniform we wear together. That is our strength. We reject other notions and offer a new choice. We must defend our national interest and restore our national identities. Otherwise, the outcome is the same. Our hemisphere will be poorer, more dangerous, and weaker. And this matters not because we seek to preach to you about culture wars or ideologies, or to tell you how to run your countries. We're not here to tell you how to run your countries. Instead, it matters.
Happy Thursday. Like and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you.
And the choices that we make on how to overcome them, that is what will define our destiny. President Trump understands that today's threats to border security and key terrain in our hemisphere are existential questions for our nation and for all of yours. When adversaries conduct incursions in this hemisphere off the coast of a U.S. state, Alaska, or off the coast of Greenland, or in the Gulf of America, or the Caribbean, that is a direct threat to the United States homeland and to peace in this hemisphere. When adversaries control ports or infrastructure along strategic choke points for U.S. and hemisphere trade, such as the Panama Canal, or install military facilities just miles off our shore, that is a threat to the United States homeland and peace to this hemisphere. When terrorist killers and cartels capture strategic infrastructure, resources, and entire towns or cities close to U.S. borders and U.S. shores, or profit from mass illegal migration, that is a threat to the United States homeland and a threat to all of you as well, to the Americas. The same adversaries that threaten our shared heritage threaten our shared geography as well. They seek to displace the historic North-South relationship that we've always shared with some sort of a new global South that excludes the United States and other Western nations, but includes non-Western powers and other adversaries. The answer to our challenge is not to ignore our geography in the name of global interests, but to embrace our shared geography in the name of national interests. That is why President Trump has drawn a new strategic map from Greenland to the Gulf of America to the Panama Canal and its surrounding countries. At the Department of War, we call this strategic map the Greater North America. Why? Because every sovereign nation and territory north of the equator, from Greenland to Ecuador and from Alaska to Guyana, is not part of the global south. It is our immediate security perimeter in this great neighborhood that we all live in. Each one of these countries border either the North Atlantic or the North Pacific. Each one of these countries sits north of the two basic geographic barriers that exist in this region, the Amazon and the Andes Mountains. This is basic geography that we don't teach in schools as much as we should. And it restores our north-south relations, and we must get it right. In the north, the United States must enhance posture and presence in cooperation with you and our sovereign partners to defend our shared immediate security perimeter. In the south, meaning south of the equator, the other side of this great neighborhood, we will strengthen partnerships through increased burden sharing. This will enable you to take a greater role to defend the South Atlantic and the South Pacific, and to secure critical infrastructure and resources in partnership with us and other Western nations. This is what we did in World War II, just like we sunk ships with torpedoes in World War II.
Malik, good morning.
At the Department of War, we called it the quarter sphere defense. And we will do this again. If we're serious about our national security, and if we prioritize geography, business as usual will not stand. This means that for every country in this hemisphere, border security must be your top priority. Border security is national security. President Trump said it when he first started to run. You're not a country if you don't have borders, and he's right. President Trump sealed our border by directing the military to mobilize resources and personnel to stop invasion by cartels and other criminal actors. You can do this as well, and many of you have. This also means that you too can and must go on the offense against narco-terrorists. We've had great collaboration with many countries in recent months, and I want to thank every country in this room that has supported our access to find, fix, and finish cartel targets. We have only just begun to work with you. More must be done by you and by us to target narco-terrorist groups across all domains. We will dismantle narco-terrorist networks in this hemisphere, and we will deny access to the state adversaries who support them. We will correct the mistakes of the past, the mistakes of the so-called global South. I want to thank General Donovan, who has been an excellent partner and a great new leader here at Southern Command. One of the great mistakes of the past was that our leaders didn't provide the U.S. Southern Command with the support that it needed. It was a command chock full of lawyers and social workers and NGOs, law enforcement. That's changing. General, I'm directing my team to correct these historic failures, to ensure that your command has the resources and staff that you need for this robust mission ahead. It's the least we can do. I want to absolutely thank you. It's about time. But it's not just us at the Department of War. It's not just Southern Command. This is across the Trump administration. This is across the Department of War as well. Stephen Miller, thank you for your support, your leadership, your clarity, understanding why this matters to each American citizen, and why the War Department is central to ensuring that it happens. It doesn't happen without President Trump, and it doesn't happen without your clarity and your leadership. I want to thank General Nordhaus as well for your support at every level. There's so many to thank. I see Corey Lewandowski here from the Department of Homeland Security. It doesn't happen without the Department of Homeland Security. Of course, Joseph Humeyer, the other part of the new bromance between him and General Donovan. Eric Garrissey, who from day one in my office, he was my first sergeant in Iraq. He's one of my senior advisors. Day one, he worked at Southcom for a long time, said, we need to be focused on the cartel threat. And he built a team to help put us in that direction, a lot of which manifests to this day. Patrick Weaver, Phil Hegseth, who I happen to know, and Ricky Berea, my chief, for doing a great job putting this together. Tony Salisbury, thank you. So many folks that every single day in Washington, I hope you know, are working hard to run as fast as you are, to stand alongside you in this mission. This is not a conference with flags so we can pat ourselves on the back. I can tell you that if I sold that to President Trump as the objective, he'd kick me out of his office. This is an operational conference to bring our countries more closely together to achieve a shared objective and do so aggressively. This is not a one-way street. Every partner in this region has to do more and invest more in your security as well. We, like you, want a hemisphere of sovereign, secure, and prosperous nations. We, like you, want what another great American president, Teddy Roosevelt, called the permanent peace on this hemisphere, and it will require action from all of us. You know, our schools used to teach American school children about our blessed history. Every child in grade school grew up knowing the remarkable story of this country. They knew that President James Monroe was once an orphan, that at a mere 16 years old, he had to look after his siblings. I've got an almost 16-year-old. He could have looked after anything. It's remarkable. Well, that orphan grew to be not just one of the greatest presidents, but one of our greatest Americans. After his presidency, when his wife died and he became frail and ill with heart failure, but he still spoke about what he called our shared cause of liberty. Still talked about the toils and the perils of our war for independence. James Monroe, our 7th president, died on July 4th, the 4th of July, Independence Day, 1831, 50 years after 1776. What I like to say is, here at the Department of War, we're in the 1775 business, which is when Americans took up arms before they even declared independence. All of you are also in the 1775 business. Without the force of arms, without our militaries, we cannot keep our country safe. That's my responsibility, and it is yours. With Donald Trump in the Oval Office and with all of you here, we can still realize that long ago dream of James Monroe in our time. We will make the Americas great again. Thank you, and God bless you.
All right, you guys. I'm 3 hours in, just about. Appreciate you guys. Once again, when it comes to the situation in Israel and all this stuff, I have no skin in the game or Venezuela, but people in Venezuela and Iran asked for the help from both sides, and Trump delivered. Other than that, I'll be back soon. Like and subscribe, everybody. Thank you.